Boom. Just started streaming. How crazy is that? Shazam a lamb. I can't believe it. Gotta hear what I sound like. What do I sound like? I just don't know. Gotta hear what I sound. Hopefully okay. Porky, what's going on, man? How you doing? How you doing on this fine evening or morning or whatever it is? Lord Beerus, what's going on, man? How are you guys doing today? Hope to hear everything's going all right. Just got some packages in the mail. Very excited to share them with you guys. Talk about some fun stuff that's about to come up in the hardware industry. And some really exciting stuff, actually. Yo, 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 what's going on, Chris? What's going on, man? Hope my screen's large enough for you guys. There's a couple things that we're actually going to discuss today. Let me just close out of all this and this and this and this and all right, there we go. Hold on. Benchmarks. There's some interesting stuff that we got to talk about. What should I get to play a decent Fortnite experience? Thanks if you reply. Decent Fortnite experience at 1080p. You could probably be just fine with like a 1050 Ti and like, you know, turn down some of the settings. If you want some of those settings cranked up, I'd recommend like a 1060 or an RX 580. They usually do pretty well, and maybe pair it with like, I don't know, a Ryzen 1400 or Intel 8100. Those are pretty decent and pretty cheap. So I think that would be fine. And you can probably find like used 480s and GTX 1060s for around $150 to $200 if you're looking brand new, $200. So that should answer your question, hopefully. Some interesting news today, guys. We've got potential leaks, performance leaks of the 9900K and the 9600K. So this is pretty interesting because this is supposed to be Intel's counter-strike against AMD, which is pretty big because, I mean, Coffee Lake is really good. I really do like Coffee Lake. They're hot chips, but it's good to see something new. So I'm really happy that we're getting Intel pushing new stuff, and we're going to see AMD pushing new stuff. So I'm really, really excited about that. Porky, no problem, man. Bro, do you think we should upgrade to RTX cards? Well, you know, you gotta wait for benchmarks, but in my experience, if you have like a 10 series card, like if you have a 1070 or higher and you're only gaming at 1080p, even 4K for that matter, the price that you're going to be paying for is not going to be justified in terms of just raw FPS performance. And if you're doing ray tracing technology or graphics rendering, you can really utilize those cards, I feel like. But other than that, I feel like as in terms of gaming and raw FPS and everything, it's not going to be that much of a performance game or gain in terms of your best dollar. So, you know, what's up, my dude? Haircut looking good. Thanks, man. I lost some weight today. It feels really nice. Feels really nice. I'm not going to lie. How you doing, Rufus Dog? All right, so let's look at these potential leaks. All right, so what is this supposed to be? Right here, I saw some people like talking about this on YouTube and whatnot. What benchmark is this? The Intel. What is this? 9900K scored 6,248 points in a single core performance. Okay, what benchmark is it? Why are we if anyone sees the benchmark here, let me know. So multi-core performance. this isn't really going to mean anything if I don't know what benchmark it is, because I already have ideas of like because there's certain popular benchmarks and you know what kind of scores like the Ryzen 1700 and other popular CPUs get, and like this looks great in paper, but I have no relation or any sort of context here. So cool. Let's see. Gigabyte Technology Z370 Aorus Ultra Gaming 2.0. You know, they're not really discussing anything here. It's just kind of sketchy on me. Is the NZXT build site good and reliable? Well, NZXT as a brand is solid. I'm not gonna lie. And they care a lot about their products. If you want to go pre-built, right, but have some sort of say in what specific parts you want, I think they're a pretty good service. They make a very clean build. They're gonna make sure it's packed properly. I think Kyle on Bitwit made a whole entire video about it, and they're pretty good. They offer a nice price alternative. They did, at least during the GPU apocalypse. So they have that, but if you want to go pre-built and have a little bit more customization with some NZXT parts like the case and fans and stuff like that and coolers, I think it is. I think it's a good way to go if you're not comfortable building your own PC. So yeah. All right. Okay, so this is the 9600K. Okay, so I don't know what this benchmark is, guys, so I'm going to take this with a grain of salt here. So the 9600K supposedly has a single core performance of 6027. The 8600K itself scored around 5,000 points in single core and 19 to 20,000 points in multi-core. Okay, so they're giving us some sort of frame of reference, but again, I don't know what type of benchmark this is. So again, I don't know what the heck this is. Geekbench is the benchmark. I know it looked familiar, but like, I wish they had did something a little bit more relative, because they're only showing one performance, and then they're sorry, I just hit the mic, and they're not really showing any other CPUs in here. But for instance, an 8600K got a score of, wow, don't be trash, Google Chrome, come on now. Got a score of 5,000 points, and this got a single core performance of 6,027. And then it's talking multi-core performance around 19 to 20, and this is a little bump in performance here, so that's good to see. But the 9700K here has something along the lines of where is it? 6,248 single core performance and 33,000 multi-score. And they're not going to tell us where the 8700K is, I guess. The 9700K only has 8 threads, so while the 9th gen chip is in a lead, the difference in performance is lower than the 8700K's multi-core score. Okay, so that's a big argument between Coffee Lake and this new lake. I already forgot the name of what it is. I'm not going to pretend like I know it. But basically, here, this is what we're looking at. 9900K is going to have 8 cores and 16 threads at $450, which is, they're asking a little much, in my opinion. I mean, you can snag a 1700 for under 200, so I don't know what they're thinking, asking for $450. As nice as the single core performance is and the optimization with Adobe Premiere and stuff like that, and having those high clock speeds, 400, you're asking $450 for an 8-core 16-thread part, while AMD has slightly lower clocked parts but similar performance. That's just that's a little much. And let's see, the 9700K is going to be $350. Okay, that's fair. Granted, it's a little high compared to, I know the 700K, whatever you want to call it, the 8700, 67, 7700, 4790K, all those i7s, entry i7s, have been at around $340 to $350. and now AMD is introducing 16 thread parts for around $300. So it's interesting. It's a little bit more expensive than I would like to see it. Maybe if they were asking $320 or something a little bit lower, and maybe $400 for this one, they'd be really competing hard. But I mean, I would like to test these for you guys. So we'll see how that goes. What monitor should I use to go over 100 FPS? I'm just wondering. I'm searching because it's my birthday. Nice, man. Happy birthday, or soon to be birthday. Over 100 FPS. This monitor that I'm using right now, the Pixio PX277, is a 1440p monitor that goes about up to 144 FPS, and I think it's like $320, which is a really solid value that it offers. It's just a straight up VA panel monitor, 1 millisecond response time. It's a total beast for gaming, and it's a 27-inch monitor, so I would highly check that out. Had to stop by real quick. What's going on, Michael? What's up, bro? Great review today. Hey, thanks, Mr. Clyburn. Glad you enjoyed. I hope you guys enjoyed that review. If you guys didn't see that review, I reviewed the BioStar B360 GT5S, which was quite a little bit of a surprise to me for $100. I was expecting, pretty bare bones type of motherboard, but it was really packing some heat in terms of modules and components and some extra accessories on it. I'll be sure to watch the rest tomorrow. All right, Michael. I'll catch you later, man. Gio, yes. What's up, man? I got a haircut. It feels really nice though. Thank God I got a haircut. It gets hot here down in South Carolina. By the way, I might or may not have a hurricane heading towards me right now. The truth is, I'm still using a GTX 750 Ti. Well, man, I started with the GTX 770, so you're not too far off from me. I had to save that video to my favorites, as I did to the other videos of yours. Hey, thanks, Mr. Clyburn. Man, I'm glad that you can see my videos as something that you want to save for later and watch later on. I hope a lot of people see that kind of value in it. Yes, a hurricane. Watch it, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna be watching it. We're gonna see. I'm all the way at the very bottom of South Carolina, so we'll see where it goes. All right, so let's look at some of these other parts here. In a 6-core, 6-thread, 9600K at 250. Okay, that's what the 8600K was. You get a little bit boost in performance, maybe 15%. Nothing too spectacular. We'll see what happens. And then the i3 9350K for $170 is okay, I guess. It's pretty good. It's an MSRP, so we'll see where those prices go down. It's just that you can get a Ryzen 1600 for $170, so it's like, man, I could get 6 cores, 6 threads, and 4.2 gigahertz on a 1600, and at the same price. So it's like, man, do I really want a 9350K? I mean, sure, if it's going like 4.8 gigahertz, maybe 5 gigahertz, but what can I do? Mark, what's going on, man? How you doing? I saw your email, by the way. Sorry I haven't gotten back to it yet. I was just like super busy today, but I'll show it in the stream over here and send the link in chat. What up, Drake? Which game do you play, and which one is your favorite? Well, I don't really have a favorite for games. I do play quite a few games right now. I like to play Colony Survival for my chill games, World of Tanks for my aggressive games, and then GTA 5 on the occasion, although I had to uninstall it because it was taking up so much space in my OS drive. But those are just some of the games I really like to play. I like GTA 5 a lot because you just have like free reign on what you want to do, although they nerfed the heck out of it, so it is what it is. Geo, I'm relocating on October 1st, and there's no hardline internet connection, only Wi-Fi, which will suck for gaming. Ooh, that sucks. Dude, it's alright. I've been gaming off Wi-Fi for a while now. It's okay. It's patchy. It's in and out. Sometimes you get really good days, and sometimes you just get crap. But, you got... I'm sorry, man. Mr. Clyburn, and ready to buy parts. Ooh, you gotta tell me what you're looking into, Mr. Clyburn. I will help you out. GTA forever. Forever, man. Yeah, I really hope GTA 6 comes out within the next couple of years. You mistakenly said Ryzen 1600 has only 6 threads. Oh, I meant to say 12 threads total. 6 cores, 12 threads total. Mark, I found it Etsy. Yes, it's on Etsy. The guy makes some solid products. Night Circus, what's going on? Are they doing evacuations in your area? Don't let all the hardware drown. Save it. I know, right? Yeah, there is a mandatory evacuation for me tomorrow, but I don't know if I'm going just yet because it looks like it's just gonna push up into North Carolina, so not really gonna get too much over here. So hopefully not too bad. I'll just have off of work and just be chilling and making videos and live streaming. We'll do like a hurricane live stream if I still have Wi-Fi. And if I do have to evacuate, if it like changes course and just directly heads for me, yeah, I would pack up the hardware. Probably can't pack up a lot of the cases, unfortunately. I would just pack up like all the motherboards and you know, the GPUs and stuff like that, all the expensive stuff. Drake, I love GTA 5. Yeah, I do too, man. GTA 5 is pretty sweet. Lay, what's going on, man? Or Lee, what's going on, man? What GPU do you use? Currently, I'm using a 1080 Ti from EVGA, the SE2. I bought it for $500 off of eBay. It was mined on, but it's actually perfect. It was undervolted and underclocked, so it was ran 100% of the time, but it was ran at very low power. So thermal performance, the core performance, everything just is in line where it should be. So I'm really digging it. Who plays Fortnite in this chat? Not me. Bushido Brown, what's going on? I watched your video on running games at 4K on a GTX 1070. Thanks, dude. I made the switch from console to PC last month. Good luck with the weather, by the way. Hey, man, glad you caught that video. And how is it gaming on a PC? I mean, you know, it's a big jump. I went from a Xbox 360 arcade that I got in 2008 and then went up to a full-fledged gaming PC. So that was a big jump for me. And the 4K on a 1070 is something I'm going to incorporate with future benchmarks for you guys because, you know, you have ultra settings, you have high settings, medium settings, so on and so forth. But I want to make a video about optimal settings, talking about getting the most performance out of your GPU because there are just things or certain settings on games that completely hardline some of the performance on your GPU that makes it like completely choked in terms of performance where it shouldn't be, and it doesn't really make a visual difference, and it doesn't make a sort of difference in experience either. So it's just completely pointless. So I think I want to do a video about that. Mr. Clyburn, about to leave work and I'll be watching again on my phone while driving. All right, man. I hope you had a good day at work. I know you're all the way up there in New Jersey. You might actually get a piece of that storm. 2 words, hip waders. What are those, Gio? I have a G4560 and the game's good with high settings with my 1050 Ti, and I'm thinking about making a new PC. Should I just jump to a 7700K or just ditch my build and go with Ryzen and my 1050 Ti? Well, it depends how much money you're willing to spend and whether or not you want to get used parts. The 7700K is still a great processor, don't get me wrong, but I feel like you could just get a lot more for your money in terms of gaming, productivity, even if you decide to do some streaming, just all around being able to handle more. I wish so much I had a PC. Yeah, me too, man. It took a long time for me to save up for my first PC. I bought a GTX 1070 Ti Founders Edition with Ryzen 2700X. How many years will a 1070 Ti last for 1080p Ultra? Geez, for a while. I mean, every game is different, right? And some games will be so unoptimized, like PUBG, that no GPU is going to run it smoothly. So you have to take that into consideration. But 1070 Ti for 1080p gaming Ultra will be good for at least the next 4 to 5 years. I mean, if you're trying to do ray tracing, that's different. But, you know, Mark Gonzalez, Bitcoin GPU. I do not have a Bitcoin GPU, if that's what you're asking. I built a G4600 system for a budget rig a while back for a friend, back when I could get him a Gigabyte RX 470 for $158. Runs great. His only complaint is he wants to stream and he just can't. Yeah. So the G4600 is really good for most gaming. I mean, you're not going to be playing Ashes of the Singularity with that smoothly, but for most games, I mean, it's well optimized. But if you, like I said, you know, productivity or streaming, doing anything more than that, doing things simultaneously, that's when you're going to need more cores, more threads, and yeah. Are you still using the NHD15 cooler? Yes, I am. It's actually in my test rig over here for my 8600K, which is my which is going to be my GPU testing rig. I could use the 8700K for the GPU testing rig, but they kind of go neck and neck, so I'm like, yeah. But the NHD15 is one of my favorite coolers, along with the Dark Rock 4. Both fantastic coolers. I think they're both around $90 or $100. But man, are they beasts. They're both beasts, like seriously. The NHD15 has a better installation in my opinion. Slightly better. Not Dark Rock 4 is really easy too, but I'm just saying. And then the NHD15 is just so easy when it comes to installation. Only thing that's kind of unfortunate is its color scheme, but it's kind of grown on me, so I mean, I really don't mind. And mainly gaming for my 4 years animation college. Oh man, if you want to do animation, you want to do it smoothly, you might want to wait for these RTX cards or something and see if you can try to find something in there. If he can snag one of those 2080s or 2080 Ti's. But I mean, honestly, if you're doing basic animation, you can get away with. I would say get at least a Ryzen 1600. Have at least 6 cores and 6 threads that are well optimized at this point, and have decent decent clock speeds over the 7700K. Or you can do an 8600K, either 8600K or a Ryzen 1600 or 2600, and then maybe pair that with a 1070. Search Nuka-Cola PC on NZXT. It's sweet. I saw that. It is really sweet. I'll check that out in a second. Many GPUs have fake BIOS flash, so when you plug them in, they show fake name. Can this be done on a CPU? No, because I don't. And I could be wrong, but not that I know of. There's no BIOS on a CPU. A CPU has firmware within the motherboard, and that's the BIOS it deals with, where a GPU is pretty much its own computer slapped into another motherboard. The way the GPU is set up is like, you know, you have your chip, like a regular computer. You have your memory, like a regular computer. You have your board, like a regular computer. And then the only thing is it's not dedicated towards just computation. It's also dedicated to some sort of graphical output, which some CPUs have, but it's kind of interesting if you think about it that way. It's almost its own separate computer in its way. Your GTX, Mark. No, I've never used my cards for any sort of mining. I've tried mining, but it was just, I was like, I don't feel like hearing my card run all night long. Tried doing it on my 1070 when I wasn't working, and it was just trying it out. But yeah, that's as far as I ever went. The good thing about having a PC is you can buy parts and upgrade on your own time instead of buying all in one go. Yeah, you can always do that. You can set up your initial PC, provide yourself with some good upgrade paths, and you can just upgrade down the road. That's always a solid option to do. That's why I always recommend don't cheap out on the motherboard unless you really have to. If you can get like a decent motherboard and just provide yourself a good upgrade path that's going to be suitable for the next generation or higher core count CPUs within that same generation, that's always a worthy investment to make. Having a decent power supply, it doesn't have to be like 1,000 watts or anything, but something that gives you a nice little overhead, maybe from 550 to 650 watts, and has a decent reputation and is made well. You know, you provide yourself with a good avenue for upgrading. So I definitely agree with that, Lee. Will 1050 Ti bottleneck an i5 2400? I don't think so. The 2400 is still a pretty good CPU in my opinion. It's still an i5. It's got 4 cores, 4 threads, I believe, and a decent clock speed. What, like 3.8 gigahertz or something like that? So 1050 Ti, I don't think would be too much for the i5 2400. Coalition Gaming. Wait. So I'm fixating on a new Xeon E5 266.7 V2 8-core Ivy Bridge. Basically a Ryzen 7 1700. I'd love to have it on my test bench and coding rig, but $220 on eBay is too high. Gonna wait. What if you went for the Ryzen 7 1700 route? Excuse me, that's always a good option. I mean, the Xenons are really cool too, though, you know. I said I have a 2700X and a 1070 Ti LO for animation and gaming. Oh, I thought you were someone, like, I remember someone else asking about animation or what they should buy. Ryzen is bae, Intel is okay, but I've always been a Ryzen fan. I've always been a Ryzen fan just because of their motto. What they did for the industry is incredible. That will always go down in history for me, so I hold a lot of respect to Ryzen. In terms of performance, I'll be true to whichever performance favors the certain application. I'm the same guy who asked for the 1070 Ti, 1080p for life. GTX 750 Ti has how much left in terms of years? Well, if you're gaming at 1080p, 750 Ti will run most games at like medium settings for a while, maybe for the next year or two, and then you might have to start cranking them down a little bit. 750 Ti can still do 1080p gaming just fine. With certain applications you might be limited with the VRAM because more games these days are requiring more VRAM, so that's why you see the 1050 Ti with like 4 gigs of RAM. We hear chatting and interacting. Hit that like button, everyone. Hey, thanks, man. Hip waders are extra tall waterproof pants that go just beyond the waist. Oh, yes. Used mostly by fly fishermen. Why are you gonna go fish, Geo? Watching but driving. Stay safe on the road, man. I like AMD and Intel. I just like reading articles and seeing them go back to back in competition. Yeah, me too. I love seeing them just bam, one left hook, bam, right hook, you know, uppercut. I just see them, oh, we're dishing out another CPU. Well, guess what? We're dishing out another CPU. And we're, you know, it's like Machine Gun Kelly and Eminem. Well, you know, Eminem is up there, but you know, that's just me. They're just going back and forth and providing a lot of product for the industry, and that's what we need. Just constantly pushing the envelope and innovation. Absolutely great to have that. I absolutely agree. Should I delid my 8700K for gaming? You know what? Are you overclocking it? If you're not overclocking it, you're fine. If your 8700K is thermal throttling, I would recommend deliding it. I might potentially delid mine and do liquid metal treatment or some other thermal application, just because it just gets so freaking hot. I mean, I want to push it to 5 gigahertz, but it just boom, thermal throttles immediately. Exactly, Coalition Game. I've been asleep. How long has INTC been making boards again? Gregor Miller. INTC, do you mean BioStar? Is that what you mean by BioStar? If that's what you mean, BioStar has been making motherboards for a while. They're just kind of smaller. They've made a lot of popular mining motherboards. They've had previous motherboards for a couple years, but nothing too substantial enough. Nothing like up at the gigabyte or MSI level in terms of mass production. But now they're starting to come onto the market, come into the desktop market. I'm glad to see that. Hopefully we see some GPUs as well from them, as to see some of their GPUs. So that would be interesting to see, in my opinion. What do you think about buying GPU from miners? Are they good or not? You know, just as long as you read the description, and they seem pretty open and honest about it. I bought my 1080 Ti from a miner, and it's perfectly okay. You know, it was undervolted and underclocked, so it was kept in pretty good condition, and honestly was like new when I started using it. I wanted to install Windows 7 for license transfer, but my motherboard had 6 USB 3.0 and 2 USB 3.1 Gen 2, so had many problems. Oh, does Windows 7 have a lot of issues with the new USB headers? Oh yeah, I already have a compatible board running a different Xenon for my encoding test bench. None of my stuff is DDR4. Oh, so you're trying to make that, so you would have to make that jump to DDR4. Well, you know what? I would invest in a 1700 for you, because DDR4 RAMs can continue on a downwards trend in terms of price. Right now, we're seeing them around $140 to $150, so they should be going down. We'll see maybe $115 to $100 for a set of 16 gigabytes of RAM, which would be really nice to see. And I can expect that because we have a massive surplus in production in terms of DRAM. So I would just wait for that, and then you can invest a little bit into DDR4 and get your 1700 system going up, or 2700, whatever you decide to go with. Back and forth like Batman and Joker. Exactly. Just going back at it. They're completing each other. Gregor Miller. Intel, the ticker symbol. Sorry. Oh, no problem. They've been making motherboards for Intel, I don't know for how long. I think they had a couple of motherboards for mining, like I was talking about, that supported the 7700K and stuff like that, but none that I know of that were made for mainstream consumers. So these are actually for the mainstream consumers for Intel 8th gen and 9th gen. So as far as I know, for at least maybe 2 years, but I could be completely wrong. This is just something I've observed just over the course of time in the last year or so. So Intel, but they made such a decent board for $100. It was really something else. I was not expecting that. The hip waders are for you with that storm coming in. They may prove handy to have. Yeah, seriously. They said the storm, Hurricane Florence, for anyone that doesn't know about the storm that's heading for me, it could potentially stall and have a similar outcome to Hurricane Harvey and just dump rain and more rain and more rain until everything's flooding and 10 feet high. So that could be really bad. My 1070 Ti Founders Edition hits 83 degrees Celsius. Will it affect its life? Should I install a 3-fan cooler and changing thermal paste to void warranty? 83 degrees Celsius sounds like pretty bad, and it is hot, but it's not deathly hot. I think your GPU will be fine running at that heat. Those Founder Edition cards do run really hot. I mean, they're only blower style cards. So, I think you'll be fine. But if you do want to install a 3-fan cooler, I think you'll be fine. Voiding the warranty can be a little scary, but you know what? If I think you'll be okay, because you're just replacing the thermal paste, you're just installing a new cooler, and I think it'll be perfectly fine if you wanted to go that route. Screw DDR4 prices. LO. Good thing they're going to go down a bit, though. Yeah, they were really bad not too long ago, asking as much as almost close to $300 for 16 gigs of RAM, which is absolutely pointless in my opinion, because it's God, desktop consumer PCs were just terrible. All those prices were terrible. I miss EPOX, DFI, 8-bit, and Albitron motherboards. Dude, that was so long ago. I mean, I've rarely heard those names even come up, but that was a long time ago. There used to be a lot more AIB partners in the game. Yes, Windows 7 supports only USB 2.0, so my mouse and keyboard didn't work, so I bought a PS2 mouse. Oh, that sucks. I would just upgrade to Windows 10 because honestly, Windows 7 is going to wake up and they'll just be like, we're going to upgrade you to Windows 10 whether you like it or not. So I'd eventually do it because it's going to force your hand in doing it. But you know, if you're just trying to ride it out, go ahead, my man. Paradise, what's going on? Should I get a Z390 or Z370 board for 9th gen? Are you planning on overclocking? And how many features do you need? Oh yeah, I built and benched a 2700X system, and it was a multi-threading monster. It absolutely is. I think Gen 3 Ryzen will have the IPC Ryzen deserves. Absolutely. And I did kind of somewhat of a video covering this. The Ryzen 1400 and the 4790K I was comparing at the time. The 4790K has absolutely astounding IPC performance even to this day. And when I downclocked the Ryzen 1400 to 3.9 gigahertz, the same frequency that my Ryzen 1400 was running out, the Ryzen 1400 actually edged out the 4790K. So all that's missing from Ryzen right now is that clock speed to match that IPC that Intel has, and then Intel will be really in trouble. Hey, what is up? What's going on, man? What's going on, Spartan? You're the chillest YouTuber I watch. Hey, man, I'm glad I can be chill. I like being chill with everyone, just making sure everyone's doing all right, you know, just having a good time, talking, hanging out. So that's always fun. Intel told they are building Intel GPU heading in 2020. Yes, they are. They're making some sort of GPU, so that's going to be interesting seeing where that goes. And I hope it's actually something that can contend. And it's always good to have competition. I mean, you know, AMD right now has plans for releasing a 7nm architecture-based GPU, but having a third contender would definitely spice things up in terms of the market. Do you know any websites I can buy a 1070 for around $300 or less? Are you trying to buy a 1070 brand new, or are you okay with going used? Because if you can go used on eBay, you can get a like new GTX 1070 for around $250. I am not good at English. Sorry. No worries, man. English language is not easy. LOL, don't worry. He's managed to read what I've typed, and it can be bad. Sometimes it can be bad. Is it a good idea to put a GTX 1080 on an i7 860? Not in my opinion, just because the 860 is really old. I know it's an i7, but you just don't have the IPC or the frequency to really keep up with the 1080, especially if you're gaming at 1080p. I mean, you can get the 1080 and then upgrade your CPU, motherboard, and RAM later on, or you can upgrade that first, deal with the GPU that you have now, and then get a 1080 later on, because 1080s are going for around $350 to maybe $325. Z390 is supposed to be just an overclocking monster. Sorry, my chair or something just squeaked. I don't know what that was. The Z390 is just supposed to be an overclocking monster, and but the Z370 will be able to support the 9900K right here, and it will be fine. I think you should go Z370 because it'll be cheaper than any of those Z390 boards, unless the Z390 boards offer up more PCIe lanes in which you can attach more storage, have more GPUs in case you're planning on using these wide or massive scale applications that utilize a lot of resources. Can you game? Oh, when is the budget build? The budget build, I don't know. I'm waiting to hear back from Deepcool. The budget build is going to probably be around $500 to $700. You know, people say budget, but budget doesn't really mean anything. It's what your budget is, right? So we're going to say mid-tier or lower mid-tier build. So we'll look into that. But I do have a mini ITX build coming up, and I'm going to be having an unboxing on my Patreon page. If you guys want to help support all the members that are subscribing to me on Patreon, will have exclusive behind-the-scenes content. I actually uploaded something that's really funny that you guys should check out if you want to help support on Patreon. If you don't have the time or money, no worries, but if you want to help, thank you. Batman live stream for a Halloween idea. Batman builds a PC live stream. What about that? If you guys can, go to Schwab, open a free account, and buy one share of NVIDIA a month. Sit on it for at least 3 to 5 years. I did that in the 80s with AAPL. Man, that must be a nice turnout. NVIDIA always does go up. That their stock is starting to get pretty expensive. Would you suggest used graphics card? It feels a bit sketch. I'll be honest with you, I absolutely do, because all I buy now is used graphics cards. Just because I don't have them sent to me, and I just don't want to buy new ones all the time, and the used ones are perfectly fine. I actually just got a used 980 Ti just in that I bought. I bought a 970 used. I bought a 1080 Ti used. I bought a 970 used, and I'm looking to buying an R9 390 used. So all these GPU, they're going to be like GPU reviews in today's terms. So the 980 Ti is kind of special because it's the MSI Golden Edition, so it's a limited edition 980 Ti, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I highly recommend getting used GPUs. Best motherboard under $15. Doesn't exist unless you're looking at a Raspberry Pi, or no, under $6. Well, if you're just going to, maybe you get really lucky at a garage sale, that would be it. Or you get a really cheap Dell XPS, or not a Dell XPS, like I forget what they're called, but you get one of those pre-builts, like and just use one of those motherboards. If you have the money to buy a new one, nowadays all are going to 1070, but what happened? All are going to 1070. I lost it, but not for 1080. 1070 and 1080 performance is pretty decent, but if you buy a 1070 Ti and then overclocked at 1070 Ti, you basically have a 1080 equivalent performance. i7 860 overclocked to 4 gigahertz and GTX 1070 maybe. I mean, you can. There will be a bottleneck though, because it's an older architecture. The 860, when was that? 2009? The 860, I think. And the lithography, right, is like, I forget how many nanometers, but it's just not going to be able to keep up with the 1070 nearly as much as, like, let's say you get a Ryzen 1600 or something like that. But I mean, you can go with that. I'm not saying you can. You'll probably still get very decent performance out of it. I'm not going to lie to you, but I'm just saying, you know, that it just happens. You could go either way. I love how you read all the comments and your voice is so soothing. Hey, thanks, man. I love reading all the comments. I love interacting with everyone. So, I mean, you know, just hanging out with everyone is a blessing to have. And I'm glad my voice is soothing. It's just a microphone. No, just kidding. 20 likes of JDTechGear. Hey, thanks, man. 1050 Ti with AMD Ryzen 5. AMD Ryzen 5 will be able to support all the way up to 1070 or 1080 for 1080p gaming, honestly. At that point, you're really not bottlenecking the GPU. It's just kind of, some of those games rely on higher IPC and stuff like that. But 1050 Ti with an AMD Ryzen 5 would be plenty fine. It's pretty soothing. Thank you. How much did you buy the 980 Ti for? I bought the 980 Ti for $255. And a lot of them go for around 230, 250. Some people pay 300. I don't think they're worth 300 just because the 1070 edges them out. Unless you overclock the 980 Ti, that can definitely keep up with the 1070. So it kind of goes back and forth. I wouldn't pay really more than $260 for a 980 Ti. Gregor Miller, thank you, man. Thank you for the donation. I really appreciate that. You are so what's the word? Generous. Like, seriously. Have you thought about hosting a live event? I bet NVIDIA would host phones. Have you thought about hosting a live event? I bet NVIDIA would host. Like a professional event? Are you asking like a professional event where there's like a product to be unveiled and I'm like standing up there on stage or something? I mean, I've done like theater before, but I mean, you know, that's a lot of pressure. I don't know. I could. Dell Optiplex. Yes, that is what I meant. I meant to say $150. All right, so for $150, are we looking to go Intel 8th or 9th gen, or are we looking to go Ryzen, the Ryzen route? Shout out to Gregor Miller. Seriously, he is incredibly generous. Always thankful for the donations. Seriously. But the i7-860 has hyperthreading. Yes, it does. It does have hyperthreading. It's a good performer. I'm not gonna lie. It just, you know, it will bottleneck based on its lithography, I believe, and also its memory caching and how efficient it is with RAM and not being able to utilize the speeds of DDR4 RAM at some times. So I mean, there's a number of things that won't be able to keep up with it, but like I said, I think you'll get perfectly fine performance out of it, but there will be somewhat of a bottleneck. I'm not going to say there isn't a bottleneck. I love MSI motherboards, but they are expensive. Well, here's the thing. With MSI motherboards, they make fantastic GPUs in the mid to higher tier. Their lower tier, not so much. Now, with their motherboards is kind of the opposite. With their VRM and stuff like that, with the higher end motherboards that they make, well, some of them. It doesn't apply in all scenarios, but let's say for some of the Ryzen motherboards, those high-end MSI boards aren't nearly as good as some of the value that they provide at the lower or mid-tier motherboards that they actually have. Like the B350 Tomahawk is a fantastic board, much better value in my opinion than one of their higher tier Z or AX370 boards. So yeah, but if we're talking about like their MSI creation motherboard for Threadripper, absolutely fantastic motherboard. So it doesn't apply in all cases, but some of those higher end boards are not worth it. But if we're talking like the godlike Z370 board, that's a beast. And yes, it's very expensive at $500. I remember when I got scammed and didn't even receive my 980 Ti. What? Rufus Dog, you still haven't gotten your $255 back for your 980 Ti? You should file that through eBay or PayPal, I forget which one, and you will get your money back. Seriously, dude. That is unfair. That makes me upset. I hate when people scam, seriously. I'm going for a 1070 because I found one for $200, an i7-860 system, and all I have to do is get a 450 watt power supply from EVGA and an SSD. Oh, that's pretty cheap, and you can do that. The 860 will keep up with the 1070 for a good portion. 450 watts is all you really need. The 1070 is efficient. I don't know how much power or what the wattage is on the 860, how power hungry it is, but the SSD is also going to be really cheap because SSD prices are going down, so that's awesome. Do you have a Twitch? Yes, I do. If you guys want to check it out, it's JDTechGear on twitch.tv. I do all my gaming live streams up there. It's been a while since I've done that because I've been dedicating more time to the YouTube channel, but I plan on continuing that. I like to separate gaming from this channel because I want to keep it strictly PC hardware orientated. I have a B350 Tomahawk. Great board. My sister, that's the one my sister got. Thanks for the advice on the motherboard. Hey, no problem, man. I did file back, and they said that because it says it was delivered, they won't refund you. Are you serious? Wow. I don't even know what to say. That makes me really mad. It's just like, well, it says this, so you can't have this. That's total garbage. So I'm getting mad for you. All right. Did you check your neighbor's mailboxes? Did you check the post office? And what did the eBay listing look like? Your Discord link is not working. What? Hold on. I'll post a Discord. I'm sorry, guys. Recombobulating discombobulators. Okay, let's just go to discord.com, please. All right, let's just go Discord, please. Discord. I hate the autofill sometimes. Open Discord. Sorry guys, hold on. Let me get this in here for you guys. Invite people. It's the same link. That should work. It's in the description, guys. My Ryzen, so currently my Ryzen 2700X is running on stock cooler, but ambient temp is too high, 33 degrees Celsius. That's really not that bad. So upgrading to Hyper 212 Turbo, 2 fans suffice. I would honestly go at that price point. I would go with the Arctic Freezer 33. I have a what's it called? I have a review of it on the channel, so I highly suggest checking that out because I think it's better than 212 Turbo. The 212 Turbo is a little bit older, and the Freezer 33 is one of the best bang for your buck coolers at like 30 bucks. Is water cooled really needed? No, it's not. If you're going for those high performance chips and doing solid overclocking on it, sometimes water cooling is preferential just because it takes longer to get hot because of the heat capacity on water. And so on and so forth. I'm so happy SSD. Oh, wait, hold on. Do you have a 2700X? I do not. I wish I did, but I don't. I don't have those ties with AMD, and I just don't feel like, and I don't know. The performance over 1700 and 2700X is just not that much. In terms of clock speed, of course, you know, that changes, but, you know, what can you do? I'm so happy SSD prices are going down. I absolutely hate having to keep buying hard drives. Me too, man. And you can get 1 terabyte SSDs for under $200. What an absolute beauty. That hurts. $250 rip. I know, right? Bye, guys. Hope this video hits 20 likes. Hey, man. Glad you were here, Spartan. Austin, I have a crush on you. There, I said it. Hey, man. Thanks for the love. Hi, what's going on, man? You better be a nice, sexy girl. Oh my god. Are those your Discord sounds? Yes, they are. So you guys can blow up the Discord if you want. Yo, what's going on, Gamma Comics? How you doing? Can you recommend a good PCIe Wi-Fi adapter for PC, or should I go with the dongle type instead of that PCIe type? You know, it depends on your application and everything. I've had solid performance with one of just the USB Wi-Fi sticks, honestly, and I have bought the PCIe based Wi-Fi adapters. And as far as gaming experience, the experience is negligible. Maybe if you were doing a lot of, you know, I don't know, uploading and downloading, you might have some difference in experience. But honestly, the dongles are one of my favorite things because you pay $11 and you get decent speeds. It depends. If you go with those like hardcore PCIe Wi-Fi adapters with like the triple bands or something like that, you can definitely get better speeds than one of the Wi-Fi dongles if that's what you're looking for. Does more cores and good in gaming, or per core gigahertz is more good? Okay, so it depends on the game first, but sometimes they'll favor more cores, sometimes they'll prefer a better clock speed, more gigahertz. It's good to have a healthy balance of both, right? So you have like an Intel 8100, which is 4 cores or 4 threads, and it runs at around 3.7 gigahertz, or a Ryzen 1400, which has 4 cores and 8 threads that can run around 4 gigahertz. So both of those are, you know, it depends. But honestly, if you're to focus on something, I would say at least have 4 cores at a decent clock speed, and you'll be fine. Gabriel, oh wait, Drake, your current PC specs, but the 2700X beats the 1700X in single core performance. Yes, it does. Depending on how, unless you get a really lucky 1700X and you can clock it really high. My current PC specs is from my Dream build, which I just uploaded recently, actually, if you guys want to check it out. And it's got an Intel 8700K, GTX 1080 Ti, 32 gigs of RAM at 3000 megahertz, an NVMe SSD for my OS, and like 12 terabytes of storage or something like that, or 15 terabytes of storage. So yeah, that's my current PC. Gabriel, do you like answering people's questions. I do like answering people's questions. I like to help everyone as much as possible, provide you guys all decent value, and at least give you a solid answer or something that I can provide knowledge on for you guys. Rufus Dog, the eBay looked legit, had multiple pictures that looked legit, and I did check. The post office guy even came to my house and had a full conversation with me about it not arriving. I live in a town with a population of 1,667 people, and I personally know all my neighbors, and they wouldn't steal it if they had shown up in their mailbox. Wow, that is bizarre. I'm honestly dumbfounded by that. That should be like, you checked all the boxes, so I don't blame you at all. I am sorry. Now, what do you know what carrier it went through? Like FedEx, or it usually goes through FedEx, because all of mine have arrived perfectly fine, and I usually apply the same standards as you do. Make sure the listing looks legit and all that. Lord Beerus, thanks for all your information. I am going to college. Bye, guys. See you later. All right, man. Have a good one, man. Thanks for being here. Where can I get a cheap Windows 10 activation key? I actually did a video with a little ad spot, and you pretty much pay $14 for Windows 10 Pro, which is fantastic. Whereas the video, where is it? I think it's, no, yeah, I think it's this one right here, actually. What to expect with NVIDIA RTX. Was it this one? I can't remember. No, I don't think it was this one. But basically, it's on SCD key. Oh, it's this one right here, Intel 9th Gen. Okay, so there's a link in the description for this video, and you can get SCD key right here, and you can get Windows 10 code for under $15, which is absolutely amazing. You can get Windows 10 Home for free. Yeah, but you don't get you get 99% of the features, which is fine. Maybe the post office guy took your card. File a chargeback. Yeah, I would absolutely file a chargeback. Listen to Chris. He would know. Thank you, my dude. No problem. Bailing hard on PC specs. Oh yeah, I got to ball hard on those PC specs, man. I had to upgrade from the Ryzen 1700 due to lack of optimization for the 1700, but 1700 is still a solid processor. I have USPS report an item delivered one day with nothing to show for, only for the item to show up the next day. Stressful. Absolutely. I hate when that stuff happens. It says it's delivered, doesn't show up for another week or so. eBay said I couldn't get my money back because it said it had been delivered and it was my USPS, if I remember right. Did you charge it through a card or like did eBay? You can call your bank, because either eBay or PayPal runs through your bank or your card, whichever one. I would suggest doing that, so you can do that. Consumer Affairs, the FTC, and even many civil attorneys will talk to you about this. Yeah, exactly. It's best to get that straightened out so that people aren't, taking advantage of you like that, getting your 255 hard-earned dollars. That is not right. Okay, so another piece of hardware news today was we got some Geekbench benchmarks, right? And then there's a supposed Ryzen 10 core processor on the verge of coming out, which is crazy because now we're starting to enter up in that like Threadripper level, getting around those 12 cores and 24 threads. If we have a 10 core 20 thread processor from AMD, that would be insane. Like this 2800X. Did you guys notice there is a 1800X but no 2800X, which is what we see right here. So 2700X was like the flagship CPU that the Ryzen 2nd Gen went for. And there was an 1800X in the previous generation. So why is there no 800X variant of the 2nd Gen? Well, it's possible that AMD is holding out on us to be placing a new top dog up at their CPU lineup, which is a 10-core processor with 20 threads. And if they can get that for like $400, that would be insane. If they were $450, and they would be competing against Intel at that $450 or $400 price mark with their 8-core 16-thread counterpart, which is pretty crazy to think about. I thought a ton about mixing the i7-860 and GTX 1070, and it's just a small bottleneck. Yeah, it's a small bottleneck, but there still will be one. I'm just saying. Yeah, if it was through PayPal, hit them up. You can still activate Windows 7 with a DOS activator, as Windows 7 is not a server-based activation, and then update to Windows 10 Pro for free and link that license to your Microsoft account. Wow, that is a elaborate way, but yes, you can do that. I remember that Windows 7, you could just activate the license and not have to worry about it. That was always really nice. Oh man. So this is really interesting to me though, because this, like, literally AMD and the 9900K, or AMD and Intel are just going back and forth between each other, which is just crazy. And I'm really happy to see it, because if you guys remember, Z170, Z270, 7700K, 6600K, most boring Intel or CPU years of my life. Well, it wasn't the most boring, but it was pretty boring. FBI, open up. Gabriel, do you play Fortnite? I do not play Fortnite, because Fortnite is a tough game to play, but I'm just not feeling it. It's just way too much. Look at this. Intel or AMD FX 8350 Black Edition 8-core processor. Oh my gosh, look at this, $80. That is so cheap for an 8-core CPU. I mean, these are not good, but I mean, just having the cores and just, it'll do what you want to do. Sup, what is going on, BA1? Asa, bro, been a fan for a while, man. Since I think like 5 or 6K, just got a Ryzen 1800X, and it's pretty nice. What is going on, Jordan? Thanks for being here. Since 5 or 6K, that was a while ago. That was like last year. That's crazy. How you liking the 1800X so far? That's a pretty powerful CPU. A Threadripper is nothing but 4 Ryzen 2700Xs. Yes and no. The way it deals with memory caching and pretty much communicating between its cores is a little bit different, but I don't know. The dies are a little bit different inside, so it's hard to say it's just that, but essentially it can be just like that. Gabriel, I just subscribed. Well, thanks for subscribing, man. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoy the content here, and you can find all your PC and tech hardware needs. And they're releasing those $55 dual-core CPUs with Vega GPUs to compete with Intel's dual-core hyper-threaded Pentiums. I'm loving the competition, seriously. So if you guys didn't hear, there's a new $55 Ryzen APU coming out. $55 Ryzen. I'm just going to type that in. I forget what the name was. It was like a G something. There it is. AMD new 200GE. $55. You don't need a GPU. All you need is the CPU, some RAM, a nice SSD, a power supply, and a motherboard, and you're ready to go. Like, look at this. This is beautiful. Now, it's a locked processor. You can't overclock it. People have their ins and outs about how they feel about that, but honestly, it does not really bother me that much. A flat 3.2 gigahertz CPU clock, so it can probably, 3.4 gigahertz boost, which actually isn't too bad. $55 is really cheap for a processor, and having some sort of GPU performance as well, which is pretty crazy. I don't know how much cheaper they can really squish out this performance, but this is a solid contender, guys, and this will make a fantastic budget setup. I know there's going to be so many people hopping on these to make budget builds and stuff like that and budget guides, so I'll probably be way behind the curve if I tried to do anything like that, but maybe. Could you make a $200 gaming PC build? Well, here you go. This would pretty much be it right here. You get one of these $55 Athlons for $55. You get a let's see, if we look here just on Newegg and get a A320 motherboards right here. You can get one of these for around $50, sometimes even cheaper. All right, so boom, that's $100. All you need is RAM. You can get 8 gigs of RAM for what? DDR4 RAM. Wow, give me all 16 gigabytes. But you can get 8 gigs of RAM for like $50 sometimes, 50 to $60, and that's gonna be $200 right there. And you still need an SSD and a power supply and a case. So maybe you can't go this route. So if you want to do $200 minimum, you know, it can be a little bit more difficult. You might have to get some used hardware, but it can be done. I thought you were going to say Fortnite is cancer. Well, it can be. It's very frustrating at times. $200 gaming PC build is pretty tough. I've gotten pretty close with used parts utilizing a Z400 system as the basis. Yeah, it does get pretty tough. You have to go with one of those pre-built Dell Optiplexes. And it gets pretty tough, like Coalition Gaming mentioned. Bruno, what is going on? Gotta have my support from Brazil. What is going on, man? How's the weather down in Brazil right now? I built my G4560 with a 1050 Ti for $250 using used parts, and I got the CPU for $27. That's awesome. Yeah, getting those used parts really does save you some money, and the 1050 Ti is pretty decent too, for getting that $250. Oh, excuse me. Now I'm gonna make everyone else yawn that's watching this chat. The 2200G might be better than a Raspberry Pi. Yes, I'm hoping so. I'll give you a challenge. Try to make a $600 PC without internet. Oh, so like the Linus Tech Tips challenge, right? So they did a Scrapyard Wars where they did it without internet. That would be really tough for me because my area people are usually not buying or selling hardware. So it'd be really tough for me. I'm not gonna lie. A $600 PC. So I mean, I could just travel around and knock on doors, but that would take a really long time. Bruno, it's hot as hell. Yeah, dude, I feel you on that. It's really hot over here, but I'm guessing it's really hot in Brazil. Yes, I can do that easily. Made it to my location. All right, Mr. Clyburn, how's it going, man? Glad you're back in the stream. How's everyone doing here? All right, so I'm going to show you guys something. It's a bit special. It's very exclusive, only to my streamers and my Patreon backers, right? So, you know, for Patreon backers, you know, I gave them this video first, and now I'm going to show it to you guys, and you guys can get more content like this if you want, right? So here we go. Where is my video? Got to go to Creator Studio probably. Never mind the analytics. If you see it, it's not too bad. It's actually terrible. All right, so let's see. Video Manager. I know you're not really supposed to show your analytics, but I don't really care. All right, you guys ready for this? Make sure to turn your volume up because these are the outtakes from my most recent motherboard review. Special to you guys because you guys are special. All right.
The BioStar, one of the better options you can choose, so let's get into that. Oh boy. You guys hear that?
It was a hurricane alarm.
So, I don't know if I'm going to include this in the video, but apparently there's a hurricane on the way to me. The BioStar Best, or one of the most best, I don't even know what I'm saying, is a very... The BioStar... Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is JD from JDTechGear, and welcome back to the channel where we discuss PC reviews. Consider subscribing. Oh, Alright, so for $100, I think this board is offering a lot, especially at its price. Oh, yeah, I obviously just said that. Alright. I want to redo that.
Oh my god.
Alright.
I thought I should share that with you guys. Oh my gosh. So that's what it's like sometimes making videos. So this is an unlisted video.
Bam.
This is gonna be for like the Patreon backers, but I just wanted to show you guys like there is a lot of work that goes into these videos, and sometimes it just gets really bogged down when you're just trying to make it perfect and you're just taking 1,000 takes at a time. So yeah. For $200 you might get a used Xbox or PS4. That's true. You might as well just go that route. Is a $300 build feasible? I would say yes. Yes it is. I would push it to $400 to make it even more feasible. I think $400 is like the sweet spot in terms of budget. Drake, but PCMR. Then try to build a PC blindfolded. Oh, good luck with that for me. Seriously. I feel bad for that guy that didn't get his money back. I was listening while driving. Yeah, seriously. I hope Rufus Dog gets his money back. Seriously. We love you too. Hey, thanks, man. JD, where are you currently living? I'm in Hilton Head on South Carolina. On this tiny little island. So, like, if I get smashed with a hurricane, guys, I'll be dead. Like, literally, like, if I get hit with a Category 4 hurricane, I mean, it's not projected to hit here. I'm all the way at the very bottom of South Carolina, so it's like, you know, still trying to see if it hooks left or goes onto its projected path up till, you know, what is it called, North Carolina. So we'll see what happens. But if this little island gets hit at a Category 4, there won't be anything left here. It would just be demolished, but I highly doubt that will happen. I'm gonna knock on wood, and luckily my desk is made of real wood. Wow, you can't even watch this. No, I can't watch my outtakes sometimes. It's like embarrassing but funny, and I'm just like, it's just the truth. Did you drop the board, Linus? Yes, no, I didn't. I hit it. I smacked it into the table behind me. I was like, oh god, and I just like let my arm go loose, and it just smacked the table behind me. Everyone went AFK. Sometimes people do go AFK. What can I say, man? Hey, I am back. What is going on, Spartan? Oh, it's just my phone bugged out. Oh, alright. JDTechGear is better than Linus. Wow, that is a big statement. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. My girlfriend actually said that to me a couple of days ago. She was like, I like you better than Linus. I was like, what? His quality is like all the way up here. Like, are you serious? Like, it's insane. You can't kill the Batman. Oh my gosh, you can't kill the Batman. Who can kill me? I can fight hurricanes. Take me on, hurricanes. That probably sounds like ear destruction. I have a family in North Carolina and South Carolina. They're nervous. Dude, get them out of North Carolina, because all of North Carolina is going down. Like, seriously, unless it changes. I will put them in my hopes and prayers for them. That is hardcore if they're going to stay that out. I hope they don't. A Little Dim sometimes adds outtakes like yours at the end of their videos, which are very often funny. Yeah, I sometimes do that. It's just like I'm like so crunched for time sometimes. I'm like, I just happen to have this time, and I just wanted to share it with you guys because I thought it was something genuine and something that I do with you guys. It's like, yeah, you know, videos are not perfect. They take a long time to make, and they just, you know, are a lot of work. And, you know, that really, it means something to you guys to know that, you know, I mess up all the time. Don't let the facade of, hey, I'm JDTechGear, yeah, you know, I'm perfect. No, I'm not. Gregor Miller, $300. What the heck? Dude, what? I don't even know how to say thank you to that. Oh my God. Make a budget putter with any spare stuff you might have and do a random giveaway for those that need one. Oh my gosh. I don't even know what to say to that. Wow. Dude, seriously, thank you. Oh my gosh. I don't even know what to say. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Give me chills. Seriously. Wow. Make a budget putter with any spare stuff you might have and do a random giveaway for those that need one. I would love to do a giveaway with a full PC. The shipping is like $200. So it's like, I could do it. It's just tough. I'd rather just like do giveaways of like individual things. I don't know. It's hard because like, am I making more people happy, or am I giving the most if I give away individual parts, or if I do a full giveaway just to one person, right? So I don't know. It's hard to tell sometimes. You know what? How many of you guys would be interested in getting some bloody keyboards, like the top end, highest end keyboards you can get, because those are really cheap to ship out, and they're like $150 to $170 a pop. They're really expensive, but they're like top of the line keyboards. So would you guys be interested if I gave away some of those? I can try hitting up Bloody and see if I can get a couple of those and, like, you know, give it out a bunch of them and see if I can do that for you guys. I mean, what do you guys think? I would love to make it budget build and give it away, but what would be the most generosity to you guys? How much? Like, I just want to give the maximum amount of generosity I can, because I just gave away like a whole bunch of stuff to my friend that you guys saw in my setup surprise for the Senor, which personally came out of my pocket, and then luckily I had some sponsorship with that. But yeah, just interested in what you guys are hearing about that. Seriously, Gregor Miller, dude, thank you so much. I don't even know how to say thank you. Gregor Miller is a beast. Shout out to him. Yeah, seriously, major shout out. OMG, dude, you have to be so nice. I don't know why I'm happy, but I'm so happy for you, JD. Thanks, man. I feel really, really enlightened. And seriously, those things go a long way, making the dream possible. Just so you guys know, like, seriously, and I will put everything forth into what we have here on the channel, because the channel's not me, it's all of you guys, right? So if it was just me, it would be boring. Like, it's the community that I'm making with you guys, making you guys happy, keeping you guys around, being interactive with you, because building a community is something that's so important, and just being genuine with everyone, I think, is absolutely, you know, priority. I don't even have to word myself right now. I'm just at a loss of words. My God. Holy super chat, Batman. Seriously, just moves to Utah. There are no storms nor any hurricanes because we're surrounded by mountains. Only risk is death by earthquake. Yeah, excuse me. Earthquakes are pretty serious, but where'd you say? Utah. Utah is beautiful. It really is. I might move out west, like Colorado or something, because it's super mild in terms of weather. But the coast, forget about it. Always getting hit up with storms. Gregor Miller is a real one. Seriously. You should be happy where you're living. Think of Japan. Oh yeah, no, I'm absolutely happy where I'm living. It does get a bit dangerous with a lot of these hurricanes. That's the only thing. And another thing is, where I live, it's the community is different, if I should say anything, but it's fine. More Batman. All right. If you want more Batman, I'll do more Batman. Only Batman can come. Nope. Stop it. No. You stop it. I cracked myself up. Gregor Miller, thanks, man. Seriously. Everyone give a huge shout out to Gregor. Seriously. I'm smiling right now. You are so nice. I know. They have everything to hit. I think people should not donate huge money through YouTube itself, as it cuts some money. Better donate through PayPal. Select family. Well, that's true too. I don't know how much they take per se, but I do appreciate the input, Drake. I always thought about that. I was like, I don't know how much they take, but honestly, any form of donation is very appreciated, whether it's through Super Chat, PayPal, whatever. I mean, those things really do help. Because I literally I spent a lot of money this week into the channel. I got to start doing business write-offs. Yes, please. I want a keyboard. Up to. Didn't think about shipping. Yeah, the shipping kills, especially international. Forget about it. You're paying 3 times usually the amount of what the actual item is cost with those big boxy computers. Oh, man, it's scary. But like keyboards, I could dish those out all day. And like high-end keyboards, I think a lot of people appreciate, because the keyboard really gives you a physical sense of experience, as well as the monitor and the mouse and everything. But I have a solid connection with Bloody, so I can see if I can get like a giveaway going for you guys, because I love Bloody's products. Their keyboards are just, man, B945 and the B945, or yeah, B975 and 45 are just fantastic. Gabriel, I have like the worst keyboard. What kind of keyboard is it? Like one of those old membrane ones? The Lightstrike keyboards interest me. Yes, they are absolutely interesting. They're fantastic, and the keycaps on the B975 are superior to anything I've felt before. I know the Razer has their new optical switches, but actually used by A4 Tech, which is the mother company of Bloody, so it's using Bloody's technology and their switches in the Razer product. So it goes to show that Bloody is really the pioneer in this sense. So it's just crazy to see them going that far. Yes, do a keyboard giveaway. All right, well, I will definitely reach out to my contacts with Bloody and see if I can get you guys like a giveaway going on. Can't you just go through Newegg or eBay and just send direct from them? You can, depending on where they live, and also if they live in a different country. Newegg, I don't know if it does international shipping, and if they do, it's pretty pricey. I mean, you could do it through Amazon, but I mean, it changes. So I don't know. I haven't done it before. I've just only watched like other YouTubers or tech YouTubers go through it, and it's just a massive process. I would love to give away a whole entire keyboard, but I mean, not a whole entire keyboard, a whole entire computer. But I hope to do that soon, at least. Hopefully, when I start getting like more stuff sent to me, and I don't have to buy everything, but I can put together something and see if I can do a giveaway with it. I just want to know if like keyboards would be more effective to you guys rather than a whole, or like a singular PC or something like that. Honestly, so whichever way works best for you guys, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to really make it work. Because more people could get keyboards rather than just one person getting a PC. Yeah, that's always the argument. It's like you make one person really happy or make a lot of people decently happy. So that's the thing. I know the guy that did win my giveaway competition a while ago, he was very happy with the Bloody keyboard. Mr. Clyburn, how is Senor? Senor is doing great. He's loving his gaming setup. He's enjoying it every night. And I am glad he is loving it, because it was just something right here in the heart that I was so happy to give him. Seriously, I love giving away stuff. I do. Stuff that I can afford to give away, of course, because like people will ask, well, why don't you give away like more GPUs and stuff like that? And it's like, well, it's like, you know, people ask for comparisons, and then you need tools, you need test benches, and before you know it, you're using all these different products. I mean, all these different components as a means of comparison. So, yeah, bloody keyboards are really nice. Anyone would be happy with to win one. Yes, they are brilliant. Do you have one, Gio? Just wondering. Or I say, get the phone or the headphones. Oh yeah, the headphones, the Philips headphones. Yeah, I know. These are digging into the skull right now. And I don't have all the fluff I had earlier from the last stream to cushion them. I'm having a good quarter. Hey man, I'm glad you're having a good quarter. Sounds like you do some investments at the same time. Seriously, wow. Thank you for the donation again. I don't even know what to say. I live in Utah and it's awesome. I bet you do like it, Gabriel. Like, Utah is an absolutely beautiful state. Earthquakes, fun. So California. Yeah, I know. Your amazing PC content is so good that none of the Brazilian tech websites are a match for you. Really, I learned a lot from your channel. Really useful info and quality. Thank you very much. Well, thank you, Bruno. I'm happy to hear that. Like, how is the language barrier between me and you and me explaining the things for you? Because I know I have like a wider, like, I have an audience that's around the world, and I want to make sure my content is as plain English, because English is not an easy language by any means, because the vocabulary is vast. There's a lot of redundant words, redundant sounding words and stuff like that. But I want to make sure it's as plain English as possible to be as easy to understand. So I'm glad I can provide that, seriously. Well, you could survive an earthquake easily if you're out in the open. Yeah, exactly. If you're inside a building during an earthquake, that's when it's most dangerous. Super Shadow. I know, right? Gregor is the best. Wow. How about those $60 to $70 nice mechanical keyboards for giveaway? I mean, you can, but like, just gaming on an optical keyboard is just like another, like, it's a new experience. It's like going from being membrane to mechanical, and then you go to optical, and the type of switches that they make and the keycaps that they make, absolutely just, it's just a whole entire experience. And I would love to give you guys the top of the line gear if I can help it. I've kind of been thinking for like 2 years back and forth about starting a YouTube channel, and I don't know where to start, but now I feel like I should seriously start my YouTube channel. Well, what do you think about starting, or what kind of niche or aspect are you trying to strive for? Are you doing a tech channel? You're doing gaming, woodworking? All those things really count towards whatever you're trying to make. Here in Iowa, we get tornadoes and trash Wi-Fi, and that's about it. Tornadoes are pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie. Because you inspire me to start a YouTube channel. I hope I inspire you to start a YouTube channel. It is not easy. It's an uphill battle, mentally, physically challenging. And I don't want to make it sound scary, but it is scary. But if you have something that you're truly passionate about, and you're persistent with it, and you're patient, and you're constantly learning, you will always usually make the best version of yourself out there on YouTube, and people will follow you for it. And that's honestly the words of life that you should probably go by, but it applies well to a YouTube channel. Gregor Miller, you are the best. I know. We need to keep telling that. You are the only channel that is social with your fans. Really? I feel like there's more channels that are pretty social with everybody. I try to be as social with you guys as possible, because those sort of things are important to have, because I want to make sure you guys are, everyone's included. I mean, if we start getting like 1,000 viewers per stream, I won't be able to answer everyone, but I want to make sure that the people are here now, even later on. I want to make sure and try to make sure everyone's included on the conversation. No one's really left out. It's a 2012 keyboard from a cheap laptop at the moment. I'm going to build a $350 desktop because my laptop broke, so at the moment I cannot game or do anything. That's how my situation was. My laptop was absolute crap, and believe it or not, it's from 2012 as well. So I totally feel you on that one. I spent $400 on a laptop and it was just complete trash. Rip this GTX 560 2GB card. I was working on boots to Windows, but won't take drivers. Reports code 43. GPU Z reports 0 memory and 0. Oh no, that's the worst. Cleaned it up. Patient not gonna make it. Oh no, that's so sad. Was it working before? Was this like a fine that you bought off someone or something? Can the keycaps be customized on the bloody keyboards? No, I don't think so, because the switches that they use are custom made, unless you switch it with the Razer Huntsman Elite switches or keycaps. The keycaps are just absolutely phenomenal. They give you some extra keycaps, like the gaming keycaps for WASD and stuff like that. There's other small channels that are, but it's hard to interact with fans after a channel goes at the unsurgible Spartan. After a channel goes, oh yeah, it happens. And you know, I don't want to pretend that like I can always answer everybody, but you guys will know that I will try my best to do it. Keyboards, GPU budget, I don't know. Yeah, I could try to find some budget GPUs, but I would have better luck trying to give you guys keyboards, because I feel like, you know, everyone can at least get an experience out of that, even if they're just using a laptop. You know, everyone's gonna get that experience, and I feel like that would be a lot of fun. Got a mandatory evacuation for tomorrow. That's nice. I'll be here. Best X370 motherboard for under $100. There's not many options under $100, but I'll go and try to look at that soon. Grows, not goes. Oh, you should give away your organs, Kappa. Oh yeah, let me give away all them organs. Organ donor. We gave away a PC at 1,000 subs. It took a 24-hour stream with multiple goals to be able to properly fund it, and we still lost money on it. All good though. 1063 GB and a Xenon W3680 on an EVGA X58 SLI board. That's awesome. Glad you guys were able to do it. But yeah, like you said, it's easy to lose money on those things because shipping is expensive, and trying to find the right hardware at that price point can be a little challenging at times. The Philips headphones sold out. I was going to snag a pair today. Dang, I'm sorry. Dude, it seems like you are getting snagged left and right on these things. 23 likes. All right, let's boost them likes if you guys want. Can't change the name because I changed it 3 times in 90 days. I was going to change my name to Lit Reviews. What kind of reviews? Like tech reviews, you know, other stuff, PC hardware reviews. It depends on what you're trying to do exactly. Tech channel. Oh, I see it now. Sorry. Tech channel, PCs and stuff. All right. So if you want to start a PC hardware channel, you have to save up a lot of money. I've probably already invested well over $10,000 into this YouTube channel. I can't say that I've made a return on investment just yet because it's still in its baby stages. But that's just going with new hardware and doing reviews. Doing reviews is very difficult. Now, if you're doing a lot of budget-oriented stuff and other, you know, similar subjects, you can do pretty well, gain a lot of traction fast, and not have to put as much money down. But that's just a word of advice from me. Can this video hit 30 likes? I appreciate the hype, man. I was using the Cooler Master Nova Touch 10 kilos, but switched to the Logitech G413 Carbon. So the answer to your question is no. Oh wait, I forgot what my question was. What's better, 980 Ti or 1070? They're pretty much equivalent. You can overclock the 980 Ti to kind of edge out the 1070, but equivalently you can overclock the 1070 to compete with the 980 Ti. They're both, I consider them the same exact card, except the 1080 or 1070 has 2 gigs of VRAM more than the 980 Ti. Love being social with the viewers. Yeah, exactly. In case you guys don't know, Coalition Gaming has his own channel. He does live streams, great stuff, great content, and very passionate about what he does, and that's why I love his stuff. And you guys should check him out. It might be my new graphics card. When I upgrade, I only have a GTX 960. Well, you can grab a used 1070 for a little bit cheaper than a 980 Ti, so I'd recommend going the 1070 route. Equal performance, about just the 1070 is more power efficient. Yeah, and the 1070 is definitely more power efficient. That should be a definite mention right there. I mean, I don't need any products. I have all I need. Better give it to someone needed. Oh, gotcha. Well, in case you're going that route, that's just an idea. Good thing about Utah is the people. Most of them are good people. Utah is like super chill, and so is Colorado too. Now, to find this car between passed around, was in a friend's old build, then went to someone else as a backup and died under his watch while sitting around unused. Interesting. Yeah, that is interesting. The RX 560 is a nice little budget GPU. You always like and reply to me on Twitter too. Mr. Clyburn, dude, especially for my solid supporter viewers, I always try to go out of my way to make sure you guys are answered, that I notice you every step of the way. Even though sometimes I might not see it all the time, I will do my best. Does Bloody make a mouse? Yes, they do. I have one of them. I haven't really used it, but they have a new mouse coming out that has kind of the Logitech G502 shape. It uses optical switches in the mouse, so the latency is literally 1 millisecond or less, and every other mouse that uses the mechanical switches is 8 to 10 milliseconds. So it's literally a tenth of a fraction or of the time in terms of latency, which is insane. Excuse me. So I'm waiting on that. That's gonna be awesome. To the Batcave. Do you talk to subs on Discord? Yes, I do. I'm still getting used to Discord though, but I try to interact with everyone. Not a lot of people are really posting in Discord, so I haven't really had that much interaction in there just yet. This is the only time that anyone's really active in Discord is when I'm live streaming. But I try to post my videos, updates, and let you guys know, and also interact with you guys. So you should check it out. How do I save that much money? I'm only 15 years old with $20 to his name. I think I'll do a budget-oriented channel. LOL. Yeah, it's hard. So I started my YouTube channel when I was 21. Yeah, 21. And 15 years old is hard. But I think you can get a worker's permit depending on where you live, and you can work at 15. If you honestly do like just regular any sort of job that pays like $10 an hour, and you only work a couple days out of the week and you just save it, you don't really have payments to make, so you don't really have to worry about it. So it's pretty nice. You asked if I was using a bloody keyboard. Oh, gotcha. What is the best and cheapest PC? Depends on what the price point is. You know, it's hard to answer that question because you're asking what's the best and then what's the cheapest. So those are two different categories that don't really mesh. You have to find it at a certain price, and then you can itemize and see where that is. Oh, dang. Appreciate the plug. Hey, anytime, man. I always appreciate your support. I only have an HD 4000 to play Fortnite. HD 4000. That's going back, man. Philip, hey, I'm from Germany and I go in a few minutes to school. Hey, Philip, what's going on, man? Glad you could stop by for the stream. How is it, my videos in terms of understanding it being all the way from Germany? Discord is way too confusing. It can be way too confusing, but a lot of people use it. Can you search up the Red Dragon 16-key mouse? Your thoughts? Oh, I think I've seen this. Red Dragon 16-key mouse. Let's see. Oh, yeah. This is $50. What sensor does it have? That's all I really care about. And the shape. Obviously, but... Are too crowded for my big fingers. Alright, so these type of mouses I don't use because they have a lot of buttons on it, and I'm very what is it? I'm very uncoordinated when it comes to the mouse and hitting buttons. Like it's a good mouse if you're accurate, but I'm not. I'm clumsy. I'm 16 and I work. Hey man, there you go. $700. All right, for $700 you can probably get a used GTX 1060, a Ryzen 1600, 16 gigs of RAM, and a 500 gigabyte SSD and a decent PC case. No problem. $700. Best editing PC for about 400 to 500. Best editing. All right, if you're editing in Adobe Premiere, although I don't know if it will utilize the iGPU. I don't know if I would say the 8100 from Intel, is it like you can find it on sale for like $90. So that would be pretty decent for editing, and Adobe Premiere utilizes that iGPU. So I don't know if the 8100 has the right iGPU for that, but I have to check into that. Ryzen 1600X, 1700X with B350, 16 gigabytes of RAM, and a used 1050 Ti. Yes, I don't know if you can get the 1600X within a $500 build. You might be able to. And then the 1050 Ti, Adobe also utilizes the CUDA cores on NVIDIA GPUs very well. So I would actually put a little, I would put more money into the GPU first, right? If you're primarily editing on Adobe products. And then if you have the iGPU, it will utilize your processor. You'll still have your 4 cores, your 4 threads, but utilizing that iGPU will pretty much make it equivalent to a Ryzen 1700 performance in terms of rendering times. And then it utilizes those CUDA libraries, and if you have more CUDA libraries as opposed to the 1700 and utilizing that, and you can always upgrade the Intel counterpart pretty easily. I can get a worker's permit, but my dad is really strict and doesn't like me doing anything because I decided to smoke weed instead of going to robotics. Well, I mean, if you just, well, robotics is pretty cool actually. I don't know, if you start going to robotics, you start proving yourself to them, and then, you know, think about it as working on yourself and working towards something that you're really passionate about, and then you can start working and then, you know, spend the money on PC parts. You know, that's always the way you can look at it. Sub to JDTechGear. Bye guys. Hey Spartan, thanks for being in here, man. Yes, I love my 1070 Ti for editing. Yes, utilize those CUDA cores. Seriously. We can build a $500 to $600 PC here on PC Part Picker if you guys are interested. Is the GT 1030 worth it? All right, let's look at the GT 1030 and what its price is, right? I obviously am terrible at typing right now. $90. Sure, it's fine for $90 if you want a brand new GPU, but I mean, literally at $90 you can get a GTX 770. Buy it now. Price lowest. Yep, $75 for a GTX 770, 2 gigs of VRAM, GDR5. This is plenty of horsepower for mild 1080p gaming at above 60 FPS. So yeah, that's what I think of the GT 1030. I mean, it's fine if you want a brand new one. Thanks, JD. No problem, man. Do you smoke weed, or have you tried? I mean, even Elon Musk tried it. I do not, and I've never tried. I'm actually kind of a straight edge when it comes to that stuff. I'm pretty content with just getting high and building computers. And Elon Musk, it was a skit that Elon Musk was doing. He didn't even inhale the smoke or anything. It was I don't think it was a real joint or anything like that. Finally on a PC. Been on the phone this whole time. Hey, hey, finally you're on the PC. Nah, life will do that anyways. Oh well. Let's see if we can build a $500 PC at PC Part Picker. Better yet, I can do it off of eBay, just all used parts. Alright, so let's see. Intel 8100. No. That is not what I wanted. Alright. Let's see. Ryzen 1500. The cheapest one is around $125. That's already like a 5th year budget right there. So, okay. Intel 8th Gen 8100. i3 8100. You can pick this up for about $110. Brand new. Add to cart. No thanks. And then let's get a motherboard. Let's see. Let's do a B360 motherboard. I would highly recommend the one that I reviewed today, actually. But you might need something a little bit cheaper. We got an ASRock motherboard over here for about $60. This will be fine. There's no heat sinks on the VRMs or anything like that. This is a very stripped down board, but we're working in a certain budget. We just need to be able to put parts in it at this point. Okay. Let's get some RAM, DDR4 RAM. Let's see how cheap we can get. 219. I think these guys are a little behind because you can easily pick up these for less than $200. Let's see. 16. We can go 8 now. Upgrade later. We'll get a single stick so you can. I mean, yeah, you could run dual channel, but I mean, it's not really a big deal. $120 for 8 gigs of RAM. All right. Well, you can find RAM for about 8 gigs for $70. I don't feel like searching all through it right now. And then let's find you a GPU at least. Utilize those CUDA cores. Let's get a 1063 gigabyte. And let's go price shipping. Buy it now. And skip through the fake ones. $129. Here we go. Add to cart. All right. These are some of the core components. And where are we at? We're at $327. All right. So you can pick up an SSD for about $60. You can pick up a case for about $50. That puts you at around, let's see, $440. You can pick up a PSU for about $40, $480, and then all you need is RAM. So you might run into like $550 total. All right. Now I get high off of building PCs. That's the way to go. Buy parts for a PC blindfolded. Oh, please do it. I don't have that kind of bank account. What if I just accidentally bought like a Titan V? Do you play Rainbow Six Siege? I do not. I heard people really like that game though. I just haven't had time to like invest it into it. i3 8100 is 4 cores. Don't need more cores. Yeah, that is all plenty fine. 4 cores. Matthew, what's going on, man? You said no to 1600. Yeah, yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, you can probably build that for $550. No problem. Hey, bud, should I go for an FX 8350 that comes with 8 cores for editing work? For editing work, absolutely not. I mean, you can. I'm not gonna say you can't. 8 cores is nice and all from the FX 8350, and so is the high frequency that they put off. But honestly, the FX 8350 in terms of editing, if you're working with AutoCAD or any sort of like large scale image resolution, like with Photoshop or any sort of editing in that sort of the sense, or let's say you're doing any sort of Adobe Premiere work, you are probably better off spending that $70 on the 8350 and spending $110 on an 8100, and that would be fine. Try building a PC on Macari. I get my parts from there, and I always find steals. Really? I didn't know Macari was that good. I looked around and like I didn't really see anything. All right, man. Well, I'm gonna bounce. Time to play some games. Solid stream. I'll be clipping a certain Batman part tomorrow. Hey, man. I'm looking forward to it. Have a good night, man. I might have typed it wrong. Yeah, so it depends how you plan on going about the build, but I think for 550 you can really optimize them. I like the review of the Cooler Master case, by the way. Much better way to review a case. Which one? The H500M, where I just kind of did like the build experience. It's always good to go through those things like step by step because you really don't miss anything. It's literally a play-by-play on what's happening with it, and that's what I'm using right now. Absolutely loving this case. Absolutely loving the airflow. Ah, so much airflow. I love it. Like before, like around 2015, I was a little, not 2015, 2016. I was really digging the flat facade, you know, really stylish and aesthetic tempered glass cases that were starting to come out to the market. And then airflow was just becoming such of a problem. I was like, man, I don't feel like dealing with this. I want good airflow, and it's hard to recommend a case that doesn't provide the airflow that you need. So H500 mesh all the way. I just bought the Leon Lee PC011 Air. That's a great case as well. If you guys don't know what the PC011 Air is, it is a fantastic. I don't even know if it's in stock. I want one of these cases honestly, but I don't have the room for it. I'd love to work with Leon Lee. I think I emailed them once, but they never got back to me. It's at the $120 mark, and look at this. Fantastic case. Look at this. Just so beautiful. Great case, great cable management, and just overall solid. Wow. Google Chrome's using up a lot of my memory right now. I heard some Discord going off here. Hello, what's going on, Lord Beerus? Sorry, I'm just responding to that now. I do respond into the Discord chat. DIY PC has some good budget cases with tempered glass for like $60. But what do you think? Do you think DIY PC is reliable? Well, I mean, it's just holding your PC parts, so it gets that done. Most of their cases, even like the $100 cases, I wouldn't recommend per se because they are very stripped down in terms of features that you can get with like a Cooler Master H500 DIY PC case. Like, look at this, $30 for this PC case. That's fantastic. A little restrictive on airflow, honestly. This looks good. Nice $50 case there. You know, they provide some solid options, I'm not gonna lie. And in terms of reliability, I think it'll be fine just holding your PC parts and looking good while doing it. That's all that really matters. Will the quality be top notch? No. Can it break down over time? Possibly, but I mean, is anyone really counting? In terms of that finished aesthetic quality, if you really like the case, no, it's not going to have it. I use a table fan because the PC case fans are expensive. Yes, they can get expensive, but there are many nice alternatives. Let's look here on Amazon, guys. Let's look at RGB fans, right? These are among the most expensive fans that we can find on the market, especially these bad boys, the Corsair LLs. But if we look over here, we can snatch something like this from Asia Horse for $17 that has the same kind of illumination as the Corsair LL, although the LED control and all that won't be nearly as good. But look at this. 5 fans, all RGB, ring style fans for under $40. That is fantastic. Can you post your Discord? It should be in the description below. If you're not, I can post it again. I can't add you for some reason. That's weird. RAM seems to be still pretty expensive. Glad I got mine before the price hike. Yeah, RAM does. It's still expensive in my opinion. $150 is still too much for 16 gigs. $100, $110, $115. That's where it should be at max. Although when DDR4 initially released, you can get 32 gigs of DDR4 RAM for about $100. If that makes you depressed, I'm sorry, but that's just a fact. It was terrible. What are bronze, silver, gold ratings on PSUs? All right, so I explained this in the last stream, but I'll explain it again. I don't mind. What was I saying? So like it just talks about the efficiency. So the higher the power draw you pull from the wall, the more power efficient the power supply is going to be, and not have to draw as much power from the wall. Pretty much. I hate RGB. Well, if you're just digging plain old LED fans or regular fans, I would highly recommend like these iGo white LED fans. They're super cheap. Look at this, 36 bucks, and you get a pack of 5 of them. Super simple aesthetic. They look good. They're not too loud. They provide decent airflow. Honestly, I mean, you really can't go wrong with this. If you want some of those really, I mean, the nicest fans I've had were with the Noctua NF15s and the Silent Wings 3s from Be Quiet were some of my favorite fans. And the As a Hurricane fans. Is Coalition in here causing trouble? Do I need to kick? Oh yeah, Ronnie. He's always causing trouble, you know? Always causing trouble. Thanks for stopping by, Ronnie. The Discord link is expired. What? Alright, I'll have to send it. I'd go for at least bronze rated PSU, but you can get that gold rated to get that. The higher the PSU rating, the more electricity you save. Exactly. Essentially in a nutshell. Cleaner power, more stable power. So that's especially important if you're building a high-end system. You want those high ratings so you're not drawing as much from the wall and you're providing very stable power to your PC at the same time. Although, you know, you should be fine most of the time. You don't really have to worry too much about it. I can get 8 gigs of DDR RAM for 70 bucks. You should be able to get it for 70, but you probably can get it for less. I never actually noticed a difference in my light bill when going from bronze to gold PSUs. No, the difference would be negligible, but over, let's say, the course of a couple of years, it might make a difference. But the main reasoning is behind like providing more steady power. Like with those lower ratings, it has to draw more power from the wall, so that can become volatile in a sense in terms of power delivery and having it clean and stable. So I mean, that can go for a variety of reasons and how it can affect your hardware. How cheap can you get an i7 and where from, bud? What kind of i7 are you looking for? Exactly, yeah. I think it isn't gold like 90% or 92% efficient. Yeah, it's somewhere up there. It's pretty high up there. It's actually really impressive that they can make a power supply that efficient, to be honest. I bought a platinum rated PSU. It has been running for 8 years. Yeah, so the higher rated PSUs run for a longer time. They definitely do. They're just made with better parts. And the platinum rating is definitely something to boast about because you're just going to keep the power supply for a long time. I mean, it's not like the other ones won't, but I mean, you get longer warranties and you know, that kind of speaks on the quality of hardware that they put in it. Not basic, but not too top end. Maybe an i7 8700K if you want. i7. All right. Let's look on eBay real quick and let's get this man an i7, shall we? All right. So let's see, 7700K. It's an i7. Should not be buying it for $350. You can buy an 8700K for under $300 at times. Buy now. Price shipping, lowest first. $300. I'm not going to recommend a 7700K. I would recommend a 4790K at that point. Parts only, non-K. $220. Okay, so 4790K is pretty much within a 10% margin of the same performance as a 7700K, and it overclocks like crazy. It's ridiculous how far you can overclock these things. And for $220 is a pretty cheap i7 in my opinion. But let's see what you can get a 6700K for, because that is also a good performer. And where's oh, come on, stop feeding me this. Where is it? There it is. Cooling fan heatsink. They're selling that for 50. Oh my god. All right, so look at this. This is a pre-owned 6700K for $150. This should be buy it now. 260, 270. So you can buy it for around a little bit more expensive than a 4790K. If we look at an 8700K, let's see. You can get for around $300. So it doesn't have to be top end. Look at this, $310 for an 8700K. So yeah, that's a steal right there in my opinion. I always thought about spending $200 on a PSU was stupid, but it runs like a champ. It really does. And investing in a power supply, a good power supply, is always something you want. I mean, you can upgrade your power supply later on if you want. But man, if you get one of those platinum or gold rated PSUs from like EVGA or Be Quiet, or even FSP makes pretty good, or Seasonic, a lot of those parts are actually recycled between, but Be Quiet makes their own power supplies. They are absolutely fantastic performers, will last a long time. The difference is negligible to the human eye, right? But in terms of longevity, life, and stable power, those you get what you pay for, honestly, and you really get a really solid performer, like you said. Should I wait for 9th gen i5 or build an 8th gen i5 build, mate? Just wait for the 9th gen to come out. It's going to literally come out in a couple of weeks, and then the prices will probably go down on current i5s, and you can see what kind of performance comparison you have. Just wait for it to come out, and then you can see what kind of performance you're dealing with and what kind of comparison you can draw on. As a 10-year warranty, exactly. 10-year warranty is fantastic. Build a PC without using your hands. I would... That wouldn't work. 6700K will do. All right, yeah, you can find one of the 6700Ks for pretty cheap, around $240 or $260. I bought a Corsair TX760, 750M, 80 plus gold. They're pretty nice too. Yeah, Corsair makes some pretty nice power supplies. Not gonna lie, they both make really solid power supplies. I am kind of a Be Quiet fanboy, not completely, but they just make all their parts from the ground up. Seasonic supplies a lot of their internal guts to a lot of other power supplies that follow their same sort of brand. I mean, warranty and stuff like that. All the internals you would find in EVGA and stuff like that. So, at least I believe so. Yeah, Seasonic is the main supplier for a lot of this power supplies. Also, Cooler Master power supplies are actually pretty decent too. There's a lot of good power supplies, honestly. Is it worth? Well, those are rumors, so I'd wait and see. Don't want to wait both. That would be a good option. Yeah, i7 2600K is a great CPU for a great price. Yeah, if you're just gaming, you can get a 2700 or 2600K, and you just have to get one of those motherboards, and they get pretty expensive actually. The less available they are on the market. I think I'm still gonna be 6 cores, 6 threads, so it won't be much of a difference, but they aren't yet, so nothing is confirmed. Yeah, exactly. And then we can see what kind of performance bump there is. Maybe a boost in IPC performance, and maybe you can get some used i5 8th gens, like an 8600K for a little bit cheaper. It needs a 550 watt power supply, right? Depends. For which one? The 6700K? Yeah, I would go with a 500 watt power supply. That's a pretty good standard. I like to go 650 just to be safe for overclocking. But if you're not overclocking, you probably don't have to worry about it. Heck no, CPU by itself does not suck up 500 watts or Sir, may I ask what drugs you are on? Well, it's saying like in combination with all the rest of the components, it can draw quite a bit of power. And what kind of power recommendation do you want? Just saying, like, as a whole entire thing. I can't link stuff. Yeah, stuff can't be linked. That's just the way the YouTube stream works. For some reason, they just won't let you send links. You can tweet at me, and I'll go into my Twitter and check out the links. The motherboard you reviewed today, can that work straight from the box? No BIOS update when you're adding the CPU? Yeah, I loaded straight up into the BIOS, no problem. Didn't have to flash the BIOS or anything, so that was really nice. I didn't load into Windows, however, because my SSD is broken, so that's always nice. I have to buy a new SSD, but yeah, I didn't have to flash the BIOS or anything for any sort of compatibility issues or anything. Hello, what's going on, Ferris? How many watts do I need for a GTX 780 WindForce Pro, and what brand of PSU is good? Well, there's a lot of good stuff. What kind of price are you looking for? And you probably only need like 600 watts for that at most. Can you renew the link to your Discord? Yes. I mean, the Discord link is the same. Set this link to never expire. Oh, that's what I did. All right. Here you guys go. Sorry, I didn't mean for that to expire. Oh, I thought you were talking about just the CPU. Sorry. Build a PC with only Craigslist parts. That would not go over well. Trust me. I like the BIOS switch on the motherboard too. Yes, that is absolutely fantastic. Having the backup BIOS is great to have. I love having a backup BIOS, and that goes well in case anything does happen. And you can update each BIOS individually, so in case one BIOS gets corrupt based on a certain flash or an update, you can revert back to the other one and be fine. Ryzen 5 overclocked to 4.2 gigahertz or an i5 8400. Go with the Ryzen 1600 at 4.2 gigahertz, especially if you're streaming and gaming. You get much better performance than the i5 8400, believe it or not. Unless you're getting the 8600K, then it's a little bit different. LOL, when you beat JD to something and he doesn't notice. Yeah, I noticed. I noticed. Sin of Wrath, what's going on, man? Lit Reviews, YouTube, what's going on, man? Did mine last night. I back it up every 3 months. Nice, man. Is a corrupt BIOS covered in warranty? I believe so. The thing is like when you have a corrupt BIOS, it's based on the BIOS update that happens. So usually it should be under manufacturer warranty because it was provided by the manufacturer. My Logitech G502 Proteus Spectrum has a max DPI of 12,000. Would you agree that this is a ridiculous amount of DPI, and what DPI do you use most when gaming? Yes, that is a ridiculous amount of DPI. The only time you need 12,000 DPI is if you're using a massive TV or anything that is a massive monitor, and you need a ridiculous DPI, or you are an insane professional gamer that needs insane reaction times. But even at that point, most gamers don't even go over 3,000 DPI. Me personally, I game at around 1,000 to 800 DPI. I like a low DPI, and then I switch it on the fly in case I need a fast reaction, and I'll switch down to a lower DPI when I need to be more accurate. So I play between 800 and probably 1,500 DPI. I found an EVGA 600 watt, Cooler Master 600 watt, and Corsair 650 watt at the same price, all three of them, $70. Which one is the best? I also found the Thermaltake 600 watt for $15 lower price than those three. Opinion. What kind of ratings are they? The bronze, silver, gold. So I don't know that. I just got the C930E awesome cam. Oh, really? Oh, yeah, that's what I'm using right now. Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's pretty cheap too. You can get it on sale for really, really cheap. Sorry, giving all away the good stuff on your video if they didn't watch it. Hey, no problem, man. If you guys wanted to check out the full review of the motherboard, if you guys are looking for new parts or a new motherboard or something like that, it's a $100 motherboard, and you can't overclock with it. But if you're not interested in overclocking, it is fantastic. 12,000 DPI is too much. Yeah, it really is. It is too much. Unless, like I said, you're gaming with a 70-inch TV or something like that. You need that DPI, believe it or not, because you'll just be dragging the mouse across your floor. Okay, another challenge. Make a potato PC with used parts that can game and can compete to an Xbox One. I don't think that will work. I think, what is it? Random Gaming HD built a PC for like $0.01 or something like that, which was absolutely crazy. And at that point, you literally have to be scalping around for, free parts, and that doesn't really happen too often where I live, so that's a little bit more difficult to do. I got the G Pro wireless. It's so nice. Been using it for like, dude, I'm so jealous. I totally want the G Pro wireless. I'm in love with that. I've been looking for like the perfect wireless mouse, and the shape of it is absolutely fantastic. The feature set that it offers is everything that I want, and it's like $150, but I don't care. I want it. It's a solid mouse. It really is. 800 DPI is my sweet spot. Yeah, 400 DPI is what I use. Yeah, it depends on the game too. I usually like to play around 800 to 1500. That's crazy low. I use like 900, 950. Yeah, 900, 950 is another sweet spot. I really like 800 to 1000 DPI. I use 1000. 80% efficiency white on all of them. That's my approximate price I could pay for. All right, let me see if I can find something for you, Ferris. Is nice and a chill guy. I love his bird. Yeah, Random Gaming HD is a super chill guy. Very nice, very soft spoken. Love his content. $150 for a mouse I thought was crazy high, but I did it and would not go back. Exactly. A lot of people think, wow, that's such an insane price to pay for certain items, and then once you pay for it, it's like you don't switch back for a really long time, and there you go. You have it. You've got the quality that you pretty much can't match at that price tier. You can get a student discount, and it's $112. Well, that's nice. Should have used that back when I was in college. Build a PC on the roof while you wait for the helicopter to take you from the safety after the flood. Yeah, so anyone that's new in the stream here, I have a hurricane heading towards me. Kind of, maybe, I don't know. We'll figure it out. I have a mandatory evacuation tomorrow, but I'm not leaving. So we'll see. We'll see. That would be really funny though. If it did hit us, I would do like a vlog, like a hurricane vlog. That would be interesting. Can you at least try one challenge? Those challenges are really tough. I'm not gonna lie, and I would need a lot of time to organize myself and get those things going. I do have challenges coming in the future though. And by the way, do you play CS:GO? I don't play CS:GO. I would like to get into it a little bit just so I can like reference it and just get a little bit more into competitive gaming. I do a little bit with World of Tanks and a couple other games, but CS:GO is one of those top ones. If you need a code for it, I'll send you one. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Last time I checked, the Logitech G Pro Wireless is actually out of stock. Random Gaming HD should live stream too. He should live stream deals. Just DM on Discord if you want. All right. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. You need to start drinking water on your streams. You're talking so much. Yeah, I do. I talk a lot. I like interacting with you guys. It's fun. I got my water right here. Oh, there goes my coaster. Come back. Come back. Oh. All right, here's a challenge. Grabbing a coaster with your feet. And I put it back on the table. How's that for a challenge? Oh, that was great. So mandatory means compulsory. I can't even talk. Who don't you go? Well, mandatory means you can't have a business open, and everything has to be closed down officially. You have the option to leave or stay. No one can really force you to leave. Most of the time, it's good practice to just leave, but if it's really not going to be anything, so if the hurricane like hooks left, right? Because right now it's heading towards North Carolina. If it heads towards South Carolina more, then I would be out of here. And you can leave. I can outrun the hurricane, but you can't leave last minute because it's supposed to hit during midnight. So we'll see what happens. Do a little, hurricane live stream. build a PC without using your thumbs. Oh, let me just screw this in like this. Oh my gosh, that'd be terrible. That way you keep going with your videos. Why don't you move before it hits you? That way you can keep going with your videos. Well, it's not like it's gonna really hit me. We might get some rain, a little bit of wind, but we're not gonna get directly hit by any means. North Carolina's gonna get directly hit, but us, yeah, we're fine. Honestly, unless it hooks left. But you know, I'm just gonna keep knocking on wood because I have off of work and everything else is closed around. So I'm a shut-in hermit anyway. So I just get another excuse to keep making videos for you guys. I have a Ryzen 5 1600 right now, but I need a decent cooler so I can overclock. I don't think the Raspire is going to do a heavy OC. No, not really. But I mean, for $30, you can get the Freezer 33.1. But if you want a little bit more overclocking headroom, I would suggest the Dark Rock 4. Oh yeah, Ferris. Let me look up that power supply for you. Slickdeals.net. Let's go right here, and we'll just go over to computers, and then we'll see computer parts, and we'll go to power supplies, and 600 watt bronze power supply, so that's better than white, from EVGA. It's a fully modular power supply for $20. That's a 600 watt. And then here's an 850 watt bronze power supply for $60. I would highly recommend this one right here. Dang, that makes me want to buy it. 850 watts for $600. Of course, it's a cheaper power supply. It's semi-modular, but this is a great power supply. Man, this makes me want to buy it. You guys want me to link this up in the chat? Let me know. Elmo, AO, great challenge. I know, right? G Pro is in stock on Logitech website. All right. Well, I'll have to save up some money before I buy it. Of course, Gregor Miller donated $300, so he's making me really anxious to buy it. But seriously, I just want to put that back in the channel for you guys, though. I really shouldn't poke fun at this storm heading your way. It might just be a catastrophic event. Yeah, it might be. Now, the problem with this storm is, like, it's not going over any sort of landmass, so it has nothing slowing it down, eating up its energy. It has all the food it needs to just keep growing in strength, which is actually quite scary. But for me, I don't think it's going to be a problem whatsoever, because I am all on the lower tip of South Carolina, and it's like going this way, so seriously, it won't be that bad. So what if it hits you? Do a live stream of you running. Hi guys, I gotta go. I gotta outrun the storm surge. Be safe. Worried you and my family. Yeah, man. I hope your family in North Carolina and South Carolina stay safe. Seriously, man. If it hits you, come live in my basement. Hey, man, Utah won't be so bad. Parents would be cool with me having like a studio down there. Nature can't be predicted, and that is a fantastic statement right there, Drake, because nature can't be predicted. We have all the models saying, oh, it's going to go straight up to North Carolina. We don't know. It could hook left and go straight for me. We honestly don't know. That's the thing. Does anyone know any methods of mounting an AM4 cooler on a B250 board? I love Threadripper 2 stock coolers. Oh, yeah, those are pretty sweet. If you can get like the Wraith Ripper, that would be insane. I use VSDC free to edit vids. What else is there that doesn't cost the earth or is free? Oh man, that's hard. That's hard. I know Adobe Premiere is like $20 a month, but that obviously can get expensive, or $10 a month. If you're just using Adobe Premiere, I think it's like $10 a month. You can get Magic Studio, which is by Sony, and that's like $50, which is not bad at all. And I'm going to upgrade to Ryzen later, and I want to be able to use this board and then use it on my AM4 board. Oh, gotcha. So you're going with the X370 or B350 or B450? Hey, does that power supply EVGA 650? I will like to know if it has a PCIe line for a GTX 1060. Yes, all of them will have a PCIe or a peripheral connector for your GPUs. So It will be plenty for a 1060. Back to the budget building again. LOL. What type of cheap PC do you live to switch the GPU on? What type of cheap PC do you live to switch the GPU on? What do you mean by that? Well, unsure what that means. I think you should move out while you can. Yeah, right. What do you think about the Be Quiet brand? I like the way they look. The Be Quiet, I really admire the Be Quiet brand. Okay, so they make all their stuff from the ground up. So does Noctua. They manufacture all their gear, including their power supplies, their cases, their fans. I mean, they have a lot of stuff, and they build it from the ground up. I love their products. Their cases are continually getting better and better. The airflow, not so much, but hopefully that can change in the future. I'm actually in the middle of reviewing a Be Quiet case for you guys, right? I don't know if you guys can see it, actually. Oh, yeah, you can see it. It's like back over there, that case behind me. Fantastic case. A little worried about the thermals, but we'll see. But overall, Be Quiet is a fantastic brand in my opinion, and they make some of the best fans, and some of the best PC cases. Honestly, I mean, in terms of quality, it's very hard to get a case like that because it's all manufactured from the ground up. It's all manufactured in house. It's fantastic quality. You pay a premium for it, but you get what you pay for. I mean, it's insane. Do you have a dog? No, I have 2 cats, and they think they're dogs. They love belly rubs. Gotta leave for a fat session real quick. Oh wait, I'm already here. That's funny. Only big issue with most parts of Utah, bad internet. Yeah, I can understand that, especially if you're living in like the mountains. Batman doesn't have a dog. Yeah, right. He just has Alfred. I saw a Cooler Master case for 150 pounds, but then one with RGB, which was only 60 pounds. How does that work? Because you're getting more from the case. Some of those cases have higher quality parts, even though they might not have RGBs in it. They might have better flexibility if you want to fit different types of hardware in it and stuff like that. They get pretty flexible when you start paying more money for it. I meant, what type of PC do you recommend that is cheap to switch a GPU on so I can do some like gaming on? You can get a pretty decent cheap PC from a Dell Optiplex that you can find on eBay for around maybe like $100 to $200, and then you can slap in a 1050 Ti or GTX 770 or 970. I can definitely get solid gaming performance out of them. Sorry, crazy question. When you say airflow, you mean by the fans? For the case, I mean, like, as far as like the case actually being able to induct the air, being able to take that air into the case and being able to use it, you know, the fans will do their job, but the fans need to have some sort of opening in order for them to get air, otherwise they won't get it at all. They will have no food to feed, otherwise they have no food to feed. JD, your real name? No, it's just my initials. Like you saw my E3 videos, if you guys saw that, like my name tag is like Jonathan Digton, so it's like JD. Hey, I like coming to your stream, and I have been following you since 25k subs. Love your vids. Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Glad you're liking the videos. Glad you're enjoying the stream. Love hanging out with you guys a lot. Optiplex all the way. If I were you, I would have moved out last week. What, for the hurricane? Can you do a 360mm AIO roundup like Fractal S36, NZXT X72, Deep Cool 360 Cap and Enermex, 360 Looktech 2 when it comes out, and Corsair H150? I can try. I only have like connections with like 2 of those companies, so I'd have to drop some serious dollars on some of those coolers, which I don't mind doing. It's just I usually don't make that money back, so it's hard to be able to dump that money in. But I love doing those roundup videos and being able to make all the comparisons and stuff like that. So I'm aiming for it. I would like to do something like that. Maybe 360mm AIOs and like massive CPU coolers like the Dark Rock Pro 4 and the NHD 15 from Noctua and stuff like that. The push-pull form. Yeah, so if you have the push-pull form, oh, excuse me, and you have a front, or the front of the PC case is blocked off, you will not be able to push much air into the case. Do you ever still use a CD-ROM drive? I haven't for months, and external now. And again, yeah, I haven't either. I completely ditched CDs altogether. Just don't need them anymore. The only unfortunate part with it is like sometimes you'll get like a USB Wi-Fi adapter, and you need to install the CD onto the computer in order to get the driver and be able to work, which is absolutely silly. And that's the only time I would ever really need it. I always prefer air cooling. If you need water cooling, like performance, get Noctua coolers. Yeah, that's absolutely true. And if you plan on like hardcore overclocking and stuff like that, you can get like massive 480 millimeter radiators and stuff like that, which can make a difference during that. What do you think is worse storms, floods, earthquakes, or hurricanes? Well, it depends on how powerful each one is. They're both terrible in their own way. I feel like hurricanes can definitely cause more destruction, but earthquakes can be a lot more fatal because people are usually inside in buildings. So if that collapses, which usually it does with those more powerful earthquakes, that can be much more devastating. And which PC case are you streaming right now, or what are the specs? The PC case that I'm streaming in right now is the Cooler Master H500M, and I can show you guys the if you're curious about the specs that we have in here, let's go over here. Where is it? Right here. This right here has all my specs right here that we're using here. It's got a Ryzen 1700, GTX 1070, a 140 millimeter AIO, the Cooler Master Master Liquid 120. And then we've got the Aorus X370 Gaming 5 motherboard. Just a really solid setup altogether if you're curious about that. Just on my building in the Cooler Master H500M case. That's my streaming PC. Fantastic. Staying nice and cool, nice and quiet, and it's RGB glory. I'd love to see that roundup. Dude, me too. I'd love to do a roundup like that. And then just go ham on the 8700K and just slap it with a whole bunch of different 360 millimeter AIOs. I put the second top mounted case fans blowing inward, and I have been getting great temps ever since. Any thoughts on this kind of fan placement? Honestly, it just depends on the case. If you're able to pull air in from the top, like in-wing cases do something similar with that, where they pull in the air from the bottom, they push out the top or the sides and stuff like that. Honestly, it can go either way. I get fantastic temps. I think there's a couple videos on it, mounting your fans in all sorts of different configurations, and as long as you had equivalent airflow from each the top and the front, it didn't make that much of a difference. Do I need a CD-ROM drive for my PC to work? No, you shouldn't need one. Tired. You've been on since 8 p.m. Oh, really? Oh, wait, what? No, I haven't been on since 8 p.m. I wish they'd make a 480 millimeter AIO. Me too. That would be something else. That would be, yeah, it would be cool to see a 480 millimeter AIO. They have them in custom loops, but you don't have them really anywhere else. What's the time delay you set from OBS to stream YouTube? Mine is always a bit behind. I think it's like it's 300 milliseconds. I think. I don't know. I don't really have much control over it or something like that. Earthquakes, if area has huge building and houses, yeah, that can be, excuse me, just quite destructive. I bet my i3 3110M 400 gigahertz CPU and my HD 4000 20 gigabyte GDR6 GPU is the best laptop ever. Oh yeah, for sure. Such power in that. Oh wait, like 10 p.m. Yeah, I've been on since like 10:30. I've been going since like till 1 a.m. I get energy from talking to you guys. Last stream you said you were going to pair a GTX 980 with an i3 8100, and you said you were going to research if it bottlenecks When is that video coming to the channel? P.S. Someone drop a dono $300. Yes, someone did drop. That was Gregor Miller, and seriously, I don't even know what to say. That's insane donation. Really don't know what to say. It's ridiculous. It's so crazy. I don't even know what to say. I am pairing a 980 Ti with a, what is it called? It's an 8100. It's not the 980. It's actually the 980 Ti. I'll see if it bottlenecks, and also going to be seeing if, you know, what kind of performance we can get out of it, because it is a solid, what you may call it. It's a solid processor. I mean, it overclocks just fine, and the build is first going to be like a mini ITX build, right? So we're going to have the mini ITX build, and then we're going to be pairing the 8100 with the 980 Ti, and then we're going to see if that bottlenecks. You should do a custom loop. I would love to do a custom loop. I have to get in contact with the company first, because it would cost me like around $700 for the loop that I want to do, and I want to do a nice job too. And I know it's quite frustrating to do, but I really do want to do it and get nice fittings, get nice liquid going. And then the hard part is finding the right components to cool, right? So my highest end components is like the 1080 Ti and the 8700K, and I only have one of those. Okay, JD, cheers, bud. Gotta catch you later. All right, man. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you being here on the stream. I've had 2 PCs in my life. First one had an AMD Cepron, 2 cores. Wow. 4 gigs of DDR2 and no GPU, and my second PC is a Ryzen 2700X, so the 1070 Ti. That is quite the upgrade. I'm glad you're able to treat yourself to an upgrade like that. I think the future is GeForce now, because you can game at any crap PC as long as you have good internet, which is not my case. Well, you need a couple things for good gaming, and you need at least a processor to keep up with the GPU that you're putting in there. Can you do the Carlton dance for us? Just kidding. I don't even know what that is, but I might have to look that up later. You should do gaming nights with Discord people. Yeah, for sure. I usually do gaming on Twitch, and I like to keep those separate between the channels, just like the PC hardware. Wow, this is stuck on my face. Why didn't I notice that? And I'll have the gaming on Twitch, and then I'll be doing all the PC hardware and stuff like that here. Do you know if an 8100 bottlenecks with the 1060? I don't know. I'm going to assume that it doesn't too bad. The 8100 has pretty good clock speeds. Keeping my Ryzen 2700X for at least 3 years. Oh, absolutely. I'm keeping my 1700 for a long time. Have you tried GeForce Now? Yes, I have. I've used the built-in recording app and stuff like that, which is pretty nice. What shows do you watch on a regular cable or TV, non-tech? I like to watch a lot of the Marvel shows on Netflix. I also like Ozark and a couple of the other shows on there. I like to watch movies a lot. I like film. I love film. I like TV shows too, but I'm like, man, I want the whole package in the film. So you guys can ask me like more movie questions, and I would be, bam, I'd be slamming you with so many movies to watch. When do you do Twitch streams? I'd watch those. Also, I'll play games. What games do you play? I usually Twitch late at night around this time on the off nights that I'm not streaming to YouTube. So I think I'm going to set up streams on YouTube every Monday and Thursday, or potentially every Monday or Saturday. I'm still deciding on which one to do. So that's the biggest thing right now is knowing which way to set that up, and then I'll do Twitch streams maybe late at night every night, or like at least 4 or 3 other nights out of the week. I'm planning to do. I'm still trying to get onto that schedule so I can have consistent time between that. And I usually play Colony Survival. Carlton is from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air TV show, of course. Yes, I remember that. That was a long time ago. Do you think GeForce Now is worth it? Yes and no. Some people have had good experiences, bad experience. Some people claim that you get really high CPU usage and stuff like that, which can be a problem, and I agree. But luckily, GeForce Now is pretty well optimized. Is it like 120 where you live? Yes, it is. It's 1:21 a.m. right now. It's 11 a.m. here. Oh man, that's so different. My dude, where do you live? It's like 3 a.m. where I live right now. I know it's 1 a.m. where I live. I'm on the East Coast. I'm in South Carolina in the U.S. of A. Do you like Transformers? I'll be honest. I really liked the first one. The second one was kind of a guilty pleasure, but it really went downhill the last couple ones, and I was like, I don't even know what I'm watching. I'm just watching something on the screen at this point. It was just so mindless. I was like, it just got really bad. The first one was just, I thought was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with the first one. It remains as a classic for me. It's 10:21 for me right now. Oh, that's nice. I wish I could turn back time a little bit more. Recommended movies and series. All right, a recommended movie off the top of my head, I would highly suggest watching Edge of Tomorrow. It's a fantastic movie. And a recommended TV series, Daredevil Season 1. Fantastic series. It's 11 p.m. up in Utah. Yeah, you guys are 3 hours behind, I believe. Okay, because me and you at the same time zone, because I live in Georgia. Oh, what is going on, man? You are not too far away. Is USA overrated? I think in some senses the USA can be overrated. But I mean there's a general consensus for every country. So every country has its own overrated status, whatever they're known for or whatever. Every I don't like to get political because politics is just a bunch of opinions, so no one's right. You know what I mean? I love these late night streams. Thanks, man. I love doing late night streams, hanging out with you guys, making it pretty chill. My cousin lives in Utah. Yeah, Utah is beautiful. Good action, terrible story, hoping that Bumblebee movie actually tells a story. Yeah, it does have good action. The storyline, like the first one was pretty cohesive compared to the other ones. And then after the first one, I was like, ooh, twist here, turn there. Oh, there's an ancient artifact in each movie. God, when is it gonna be over? I'm hoping the Bumblebee movie is actually pretty good. $300 super chat. Yes, that was from Gregor Miller. That was crazy. I was not expecting that in the slightest. That was absolutely insane. I can't tell you guys how appreciative of that I am. Even the slightest things, the $2 or $1 donations, I don't care. Those things it just goes back into the channel for you guys, honestly. It's 6 a.m. somewhere in the world. Go to bed already. Have you tried Carolina Reaper? I have. It's crazy hot. I tried like a little seed and I was like, oh my god. Do you like Grease the movie? Yes, I do. I was actually in a play for Grease the movie. That is a classic. Man, that was such a classic. I do love Grease. I also love It's a Wonderful Life. Another classic movie right there. Is this just Q&A now? It usually goes to Q&A. I'll talk about some hardware discussion and sometimes some news, so it's kind of mixed in with all of it all together. But if you want to ask questions, go right ahead. That's so hot. Screw that. I've dabbed it on my tongue and I wanted to cut it off. I know, right? Greenland. What is going on? That is from another country. Have you ever watched the Bee movie? I have not. Is that any good? I don't know. Do you recommend for price to performance a bronze or gold rated power supply, and which brands? Okay, price to performance, you can go bronze. You'll be okay with that. Price to performance is very good on that. What you're basically getting with the higher gold rated power supplies is you get better internal parts, so you get a better lifespan. The price to performance value isn't as good as some of the bronze power supplies. Sometimes you can score sweet deals on like a Seasonic 750 Focus Plus gold rated power supply for like $60 or $70, and that's a solid deal. That's the only time where it like kind of interchanges. Power supply brands, I highly recommend Seasonic, EVGA, Be Quiet, FSP, Corsair, and Cooler Master makes good power supplies as well. Who's your favorite superhero / superhero movie, and why is it Thor? My favorite superhero is like a toss between Iron Man and Captain America, but primarily Captain America. I relate more to him than any of the other Avengers, so I just have like personal connection. He's just very steady in what he does. He has his beliefs, and he's firm in those beliefs, and he doesn't move. I mean, he'll move in certain areas. He's not completely stubborn. He's open-minded, but in certain morals, he's very like strict in that, and I relate heavily with that. Best superhero movie, my personal favorite is Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Fantastic espionage, political thriller, and it was just very well done. Do you have a religion? I do. I was originally like Catholic, but also I'm fine with Christianity. I blend between both of them. Everyone has their own religion and can believe in their own things, and I don't believe one is superior over the other one. So it's like I just believe in a higher being of form and all that sort of stuff in an afterlife in some sort of sense. I ate a whole Carolina Reaper, but the toilet part was too painful. Yeah, exactly. Recap on the news in the stream, please, briefly. All right, so recap of the news. We talked about potential Intel 9th Gen performance and also their prices. And they were asking $450 for an 8-core, 16-thread processor, potentially. And AMD has a 10-core, 20-thread processor, potentially on route for around $450 at the same time, which is going to be really interesting because a 10-core, 20-thread processor is pretty much almost on the Threadripper level. Do you eat po' boys? I don't. They look really good, like a shrimp po' boy or whatever, or a crab po' boy. They always smelled really good, but I don't like shrimp or fried crab, believe it or not. I could do a chicken po' boy, no problem. Or like fried grouper, I could do that. That's not bad either. What do you think will happen in the next Avengers? Oh my gosh, that's hard. I think it's gonna be like the original OG members of the Avengers, and it's gonna be a lot of Captain America, a lot of Thor, and a lot of Iron Man, and Ant-Man, and Ronan. I think we're gonna get a Ronan. I think Jeremy Renner is just gonna be on a killing spree, because his family died from Thanos to Snap, and I'm so excited. I love Jeremy Renner as Hawkeye. I really do. It's like I don't know why, but I could watch him like shoot arrows all day. He makes it look so good. You remind me of Captain America. Yeah, I've gotten that a couple of times actually. I'm glad I do, because I kind of emulate him in some sort of the sense, or try to be, because he's just very well-rounded person. He has his flaws. I mean, everyone does. I want an RGB toilet. Don't we all? Chen, what's up, man? Do you eat Mexican, Indian food, or any spicy food? Yes, I eat all that. I love food of all kinds. I'll eat Korean food. I'll eat Mexican food. I'll eat Indian food. I love a good spicy curry, especially with some lamb. Oh, yeah. I love the spicy lamb curry. What's good, my guy? I'm back. What is going on, Kicks? How you doing, man? Your reviews on the Harry Potter series and Fast and Furious and American Pie. I haven't really watched American Pie that much. Fast and Furious, my favorite was Tokyo Drift. That was the best. Best car sequence I've probably seen in my entire life. One of the best car sequences. Absolutely underrated. Everyone hates on it for some reason. It was just a very concise, well-made movie, and I got really attached to Han. It was fantastic. Other Fast and Furious were okay. Fast 5 was a fantastic movie, and then Fast 6 and beyond, I kind of lost interest. And Harry Potter series, my God, one of the best series of movies to grow up with, and just seeing the character arcs of so many different characters done so well and crafted so well, especially from adapting from a book. That is not easy. They did it very well, I believe. My favorite probably has to be, I love the last chapter 5 and 1. I loved all the chapters. 1 is always a cult classic. So is 2. and then 5 and 2 parts of 6 were just a lot of fun. Where do you think the other people are? In the Stone Stall or what? Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. People said that it can't be in the Soul Stone. So I think they're genuinely dead, and they'll have to turn back time in order to save them and do it all over again. That's what I think. Would you prefer an i5 750, a GTX 1080 Ti, or an i7 7700K GTX 480? Oh geez, I'd probably go to 7700K and 480. You'd probably get a lot of massive frame dips with the 1080 Ti paired with the 750. Just because you're churning out so many frames, the processor is going to have lapse in calculation, and it's just not going to be able to keep up with it. Self-advertising. What do you mean by that? Like, where am I self-advertising? Or should I self-advertise? Tokyo Drift. People hate it because it was fully off the road and a different story. Exactly. And it was one of my favorite ones. I mean, don't get me wrong. I loved the old, Vin Diesel and Paul Walker chemistry that they had. Fantastic. But Tokyo Drift was just my favorite. It was the best action. No, not action. Car action sequences. Absolutely fantastic. You're truly inspiring talking with, even though it's 1:31 and you're over here talking with us. Absolutely. I have to dedicate time to you guys because, you guys are part of the channel. So obviously I got to be with you guys. Did you see the Joe Rogan Elon Musk interview? If not, you should look. Yes, I saw it. It was hilarious. And a lot of people took it seriously. That's pretty crazy. It wasn't inhaling. It was a whole entire skit. Do you think God exists? Well, I don't want to get too political on the stream, but I mean, I think there is some sort of higher being that's absolutely up there because, I mean, people want to think about it scientifically, people want to think about it spiritually, whichever way. I think there is proof in both areas. Spiritually, I've seen it or experienced it, but everyone's different, right? And then scientifically, what was before time and what was before time and what created the Big Bang and the multiverse and beings beyond that we don't even know. I mean, there's just so many things we don't know. How could there possibly not be something higher up that we don't know about or can't even witness because our dimensions are limited by the nature of our human body? But that is just something I think about. I'm not self-advertising. I don't even have a YouTube channel. Whoa, Drake, I think this is a religious chat. Yes, Tokyo Drift is my fave too. Yay, I'm glad someone else likes it. 7700K, GTX 2080, or i7 and GTX 1080. I would definitely go with the i7 870 and the GTX 1080. The GTX 280 is just not going to keep up whatsoever. Maybe God used the Big Bang to create everything. Perhaps, yeah. Yeah, there's no need to get religiously political. I'm open to everyone's beliefs, and everyone's welcome to have their own beliefs. I mean, I'm not gonna say that one person is wrong for believing one thing. I mean, everyone has their own ways, and I'm not gonna say someone's right or wrong based on what they believe. Now if those beliefs hurt other people, that's different. I don't believe any belief should really hurt people. Yeah, this is a PC channel. Shout out, people. God used the Big Bang to create GD to give him his voice, his booming, thundering voice. What's up, Tech Crimson? Would have said, did you watch the Bears-Packer game? I did not. I'm actually not that much into football. I'm more into lacrosse, college lacrosse and stuff like that. People always get surprised. You're not into football? I'm like, yeah, not really. I mean, I could watch it, but I love lacrosse so much. I could watch lacrosse all day long. And also Ultimate Frisbee. I really like watching Ultimate Frisbee. And I love playing Frisbee and lacrosse. They're both a lot of fun. Haven't played in a while because, busy with the YouTube channel and working and all that stuff. But, yeah, I'm thinking about buying this potentially. Let's see if this is actually still available. Is there a special code or something? I don't know. I don't know why it's $100 now. That is a dang shame. When was this posted? Kind of upset. I want this. Why isn't it $60? Oh well. What can you do? Can you showcase again the streaming one? Can you show your case again, the streaming one? Yeah, I'll show that in just a second. What's your favorite snack food? Animal crackers, for real. $300, don't know. OMG, I know. That was Gregor Miller. I couldn't even say, like, thank you enough for that, like, seriously. Build a PC for $500, better than Xbox One X. I actually have that coming up pretty soon. It's good. Well, it's not gonna be 500. It's gonna be like 700, closer to that. For how much longer will you be streaming, and when do you stream in YouTube? I'll only probably be streaming for probably a couple more minutes because I'm getting pretty tired and I gotta work on some work and stuff like that. But I plan on streaming every Monday and Thursday night around 10 to 10:30 p.m. at least in that. Guess you can now buy yourself all your own merch. Yeah, right. I actually have new Senior merch if you guys are interested in that. It's pretty sick. Animal crackers with milk are the stuff. I'm lactose intolerant though. Oh, that sucks. I'd like to keep watching the stream, but grad professors like to ruin my life. I'll catch you in the next stream, bro. Peace. Hey, man. I'll catch you in the next one. I know what you feeling, man. Please stream forever. I would love to. I'd be asleep streaming. What's a good 72-inch sit-stand desk? The one I just used is absolutely fantastic quality. Where is it? Where is it? It's right over here. This one.
All right, what is going on?
Well, that's loud. The Flexi Spot standing desk. Right up here on Amazon, and they have their own link somewhere in here. Yeah, it's on Amazon. It's like $550. Absolutely one of the best ones you could probably buy. I mean, it's so stable and sturdy, even on my own carpet, and it was just really easy to assemble. Oh yes, and for Mr. Clyburn, this is the streaming PC right here. Boom, look at that beauty right here. Oh, look at that B-roll. Oh, sick shot, man. Sick shot. Look at that. Oh, that is the streaming PC right there. If you guys are interested in any of the parts used in the streaming PC, I have it listed in here in my building the Cooler Master H500M video right here. Guess these live streams are a really good way to communicate with your peeps. Absolutely, I love communicating with everyone. Should I go to sleep or keep watching the stream? Hey man, keep watching if you want. See you, JD. Bye. And by the way, what's your internet speed? Hey Drake, have a good one, man. My internet speed depends day to day, believe it or not. Usually it's around 100 megabits per second download and like 15 upload. Yeah, it's okay. I know a good thing you could do. Everyone who buys merch gets a shout out and can type a short message. Absolutely. Yeah, my merch is now available. Where is it? Senior video right here. We got new Senior merch. Actually, right here. Look at this. Senior. I got tacos in the gear. We love tacos. We eat tacos all the time. So I actually just ordered this shirt. It's on the way. Super sick. And it's a really nice shirt too. I would either go with my personal favorites, like this color and this color. Those are my two favorites. I know a good thing you could do. Oh wait, yeah, I already read that. I love your streams. Hey, Mr. Clyburn, I love having you here, man. Always loving the support. Busy packing all my stuff to be prepared for my move to a new home. Gio, that's awesome to hear. I hope that's a upgrade or something exciting for you. Is 72-inch or 60-inch? I believe it's 72 because it matches up to, like, it goes all the way up to my height. It's 72, I believe. I mean, I'm 6'2", and it gets really high. I mean, I could probably show you guys on the stream. Thought you were gonna say absolutely mad lad. I just got a 1080 Ti. I'm not sure if it will be powerful enough in 3 years. It'll be powerful enough. If you're doing 4K gaming, it might be a little different though. Well, have a productive night and go to sleep, man. Gamers Nexus. And last question: do you recommend a 144 hertz monitor or a 75 hertz monitor for normal gaming and price performance? Price performance, you can probably find a 100 hertz monitor for a good price. How do you do B-rolls? Is that basically the camera? Well, it requires a decent camera, and it also requires good equipment, like a nice fluid pan head that goes really smoothly. Also a slider and stuff like that, and all sort of stuff. Senor Taco Apparel. Yes, Senor Taco Apparel. I'm 5'7", 72 inches wide. Oh, got you. Geez, what is it? No, is it 72? I think it's 71 and a half. Good. GN means good night. Oh, yeah, that's right. Every time I see GN, I think of Gamers Nexus. That's just how much content I consume from them. A fluid head and a slider. Yes, those are absolutely necessary. Let me go measure this desk. Bro, with my super PC, I can stream at 360p and 20 FPS. All right. Wow, you guys are going to see me standing. Are you ready for this? All right, so let's just prop this up over here. We're going to go measure this desk. You guys ready for this? Open up the toolbox. Grab the tape measure. Let's see if this is 72 inches. I think it's 55 actually. Yep, it's 55. It's not a 72 inch. I don't know if they make 72 inch standing desks. They might, but not that I know of. 55 is plenty for me though. And it goes up pretty high, so it's really nice. Oh, sometimes I got a feeling. Alright, let's see if I can bounce this back over here. It's a little low, but we could try. We could try. Oh man, I'm getting hungry too. It's like 2 a.m. Let's just pop that up a little bit. Okay. Ask GN. I know, right? Soccer or basketball? I don't know. I'll have to go basketball. I don't even watch basketball or soccer really, so I'm like, I like lacrosse. Ask JD. I know, right? I could do that too, but I feel like I'd be ripping off Gamers Nexus. Well, well, good night. I'm gonna go. All right, man. Thanks for having me on the stream. Thanks for being here. I'll have to see if they have the same desk but larger. Yeah, because their frame is like massive and it's heavy and it's really nice. So I'm like, I think you could put your own top on it if you wanted to and just buy the frame. So you can always do that as well. So it's a solid frame and it goes up really high. Me trying not to sleep. LOL. Too good of a stream. I must watch it. Do you use a Manfrotto tripod, and is your slider electric or handheld? The slider or the tripod I use is actually made by BC Master. The tripod head that I use is made by Manfrotto, and my slider is handheld actually. So it's very difficult trying to get smooth shots with it. I mean, it's not super difficult, but it gets pretty difficult. Can you do streams every day, please? I would love to. It gets kind of hard though, because it's like I stream for a couple hours, and plus I want to be able to stream onto what is it called? Onto Twitch as well. So I think I want to build up at least a decent amount of viewership, and I need to be able to spend the time on it to be able to do it every night. Otherwise, I'd love to do it every night. Twitch would be more of an everyday thing because it's kind of more casual. I'm not really like looking up prices and stuff like that and comparing things, and I can answer hardware questions like in general, but other than that, it can get a little tough. But I'll probably try doing the Twitch streams like 3 days out of the week and then this twice a week, so we can see, or at least once a week. How old are you? I am 23 years old. Times 400. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just 23. Do you have another job other than YouTube? If so, what is it? Yeah, I do. I like make websites for people and stuff like that. So that's a good cash flow on the side. I'm also a server at a restaurant that I do one night out of the week. Yes, it's only one night out of the week, but I would love to detach myself fully from it, but I can't just yet because YouTube's not making me that much money. Although Gregor Miller has changed that. He he donated $300 today. If I was making that kind of money every day, obviously I would be able to do this full time, be able to get a larger studio and whatnot. Every day I'm probably making around, I don't know, not 300, not even close. Maybe like $20 a day. We're like 20 to $50 a day off of YouTube with all my combined revenue streams. So it gets a little difficult, and my videos don't get like a ton of views because they're review videos. So it's only people who are looking for those specific things that are actually interested in them. I know the type of videos that do a ton of views, but that's not entirely what I love making reviews. I really do. I have a fantastic passion for it. So I might mix it in a little bit more. What do you go to college for, and where do you go? I went to college for computational science, and I went to the College of University of South Carolina. But computational science was a very hard major, and I've been looking I've been looking for like a job outside of like after graduation. It's been very tough because a lot of companies require you to know someone, or they're asking of experience even at entry-level positions. So it's been very difficult to find a job in my major, even though how needed it is in the industry. Are you not allowed to promote your Twitch on YouTube? Because I want to know your Twitch. I think I have it in my description. Hold on. I don't have it. Okay. You can just search me up on Twitch on JDTechGear, and that's literally it. So whenever you go onto a different social media platform, you can just look for JDTechGear. I watch your videos even if I'm not gonna get the product. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate that. I see that happen with a lot of people. They just like to know, like, they want to be updated in the industry because they're interested in the industry of products, and I am too. And I love building a community around that. And I'm glad there are people actually interested enough just to watch it. Do you live alone? Sorry, too personal. No, it's not. It's not too personal. Right now, I'm actually living with my parents because I'm just trying to save up the money to move out. So it's like a not a complete rock bottom, but it's a not a terrible situation, but I'm just slowly leaning off my parents right now, just trying to pay for more things on myself, and then just living in my room right now, pretty much. And then, try to move out, make enough off of YouTube, or somehow actually find a job within my computational science degree, because it's been very difficult to do so. 50 times 30 equals $1,500 a month. Oh yeah, no, I don't make $50 consistently every day. I'm saying like you can sometimes make $50 in one day, depending on some of those things. But if we're gonna average it out, you maybe make $10 or $15 a month. I mean, not a month, a day. How much does Logan Paul make? I'm a bit scared now. Oh, he makes millions of dollars off of just regular views. He has preferred ads, and he gets a ridiculous amount of views and watch time. So, yo, what's going on, Tech Bank? If you made a gameplay video, I'm 100% your channel would grow. If I kept it separate, because if I made gameplays, I would have to keep it separate because I just want to keep it as computer hardware on this channel. I want to build a PC so bad. I know, I get that itch sometimes, like gotta build a PC. You know what I mean? I'm so happy I just found out my school is trying to get funding to fund pro gamers under our information technology. I've seen a lot of that happening actually, and it's actually quite interesting to see professional gaming get really into the community in all sorts of ways, and that it's just not some sort of weird taboo thing. I have kind of been sick of watching Bitwit Ultra build that costs like 10 grand, because it's just not something that interests me or obtainable. I like YouTubers that keep their builds and setups reasonably. I always try to. I'm not gonna lie, it's always fun if you can put together like a $10,000 PC, and it's fun to do that. And Linus Tech Tips has the power and the money and the connections to do, you know, $100,000 PC and stuff like that, which we've all seen plenty of before. But my YouTube channel is trying to keep it real, but you know, keeping it real doesn't get views really, so it makes it kind of tough, and it's challenging to choose a solid direction for the channel. I like kind of the build experience videos, helping out people that are new to the community and introducing advanced topics to newcomers and getting familiar and just being informed consumers and not being afraid to build a PC. That's cool. Parents are a blessing. I lost both of mine. Ah, man, I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks. Yeah, parents are a blessing. You know, you never want to take them for granted, even though sometimes, you know, things aren't always going to be, you know, happy and go lucky, but you got to appreciate the things you do have, because nothing is beautiful if it lasts forever, right? So, you know, it's hard when you just don't have the parents. My dad's dad left him when he was like, before he was born and all that, so he didn't grow up with a father, so he's like, I don't know how to, you know, it definitely puts a price on there on life that you just can't expect. If you played Fortnite, that would help because it's the biggest game right now. No, you think it would, but it's like, since so many people do it, you would just get lost in the mix. Like, who's this guy? Why would we care, you know? My move really isn't an upgrade. It's pretty much the same, but for less money, which is a good thing. Well, that's good. That's an upgrade in a sense that you don't have to pay as much money. I would consider that an upgrade. If I was able to upgrade my PC for costing less, well, that doesn't really make sense either. But, you know, if I got a better car or the same car but cost less money, yeah, it's not bad. Linus started like 8 years ago. Yeah, he started a long time ago, and he's built an amazing thing, in my opinion. You still have time, man. Don't worry. Yeah, I got time. I definitely do. And I plan on making this a full-time thing for everyone, you know. Do these streams, and I don't see a lot of people streaming more than once a week, so I want to try streaming twice a week and also uploading every 3 days, so you guys constantly have a community that you can come back to and have that interaction with, so that you can feel something special with this channel. So, yeah. I need some friends to do my first LAN party. I know, me too. I want to do a LAN party so bad. I would love to do a LAN party with all the tech YouTuber group that I'm in with, right? Not that I like separating anyone in YouTube groups, but like, you know, Danny from They're on Budget, ComTV, and Zach from Zach Tech, and Ozzy from Oz Talks Hardware, and Toasty Bros, and all those guys, just great guys. I'd love to do a major LAN party with them. That would be so much fun. They have like 3 to 5 10 grand PC builds a month. It gets annoying. I like your builds and your content you got. I feel like some of the bigger YouTubers lose their way when they get big. Yeah, I can understand both points of views. Like, a lot of companies will just start sending you stuff that you don't have to pay for, so you make these huge elaborate things that are a spectacle. They really are. But, you know, even as I've gotten offered like a power supply that's $800 because it's water cooled. I would like to do it in a future video, but that's not like something I'm gonna do all the time. I mean, every now and then you have something crazy that happens, and you can do something crazy like a $5,000 PC. Most of my computers I bought for myself. The only things I didn't really have to pay for was probably the cooler and the case. Everything else I paid for. But I don't want to lose my way when I get big. I mean, I'm almost at 35,000 subscribers, and you know, I still believe that I have the right mindset in the way of keeping everything genuine. So hopefully that continues, and I want to continue that. Fortnite is too cartoonish for me. Yeah, The art style is a little weird for me too. I like the more realistic looking games. I just do. I don't like Fortnite. Yeah, I don't like it either. That would be an epic LAN party. It would be, and I think it would be an awesome vlog too. If you're good at Fortnite, I'm sure people would come. Did you see what happened to FouseyTube? I don't think so. Well, I have to go to bed, work in the morning. Nice stream, night, my dude. Hey, man, thanks for hopping on, Rufus Dog. And always thanks for being a part of this stream. Always. Y'all should set up a LAN party for realsies. I'm talking about it. I like playing Arma 3. Yeah, Arma 3 is a good game too. I haven't personally played it. I've just watched a couple of gameplay videos, and the gameplay and mechanics are just super realistic. It's kind of cool, actually. I think your channel is developing nicely. If you keep doing what you're doing, it should pay off over time. I know I'm going to keep watching. Well, thank you, Gio. And I feel the same way. I want to keep a consistent theme going. I want to keep bringing variety. I don't want just reviews, because just reviews gets boring. Like, okay, he's just only going to review hardware that's relevant to certain people. But, you know, you bring in guides, you bring in surprises, you bring in setup tours and build experiences, and you start bringing in different perspectives on what you do, and it makes it a lot more interesting. So I think that can keep going in the right direction. Go to sleep, JD. I know you want to continue talking, but I can see you're tired. You already do so much. Don't tire yourself out. Well, thank you. Thank you, man. I appreciate you noticing my tiredness. I'm going to keep watching it. You up? You are the best tech tuber. Oh, thank you, Matthew. I really appreciate that. I don't ever like to compare myself. I know people will say, oh, everyone compares themselves. Of course they do. Everyone compares their subscribers, their views, their watch time, all that. But it's just like, I don't know. Anyone can be doing PC hardware. That's fine. Anyone can put their name tech in the name of their YouTube channel. But I'm just going to do what I'm going to do, because I'm myself and everyone else is their self. So they can do that. I'll do me. And, you know, that's what it comes down to. I believe one day this channel will grow to 1 million subs. I hope so. And I hope if I do get to that point, I have decent viewership. I mean, you know, right now, like on the motherboard review, we're looking at 240 views in 10 hours, which isn't that great, but it's okay, because those reviews kind of grow over time, so I'm not really worried about it. And if it doesn't do that well, it's still out there for people to find, which is important. Of course, the channel will reach 1 mil. I hope so. I just hope I can provide something that keeps everyone watching at that point, keeps people interested. I mean, like in the span of like the last couple of hours, I already lost 8 subscribers. So it's like, you know, it goes back and forth. Like I had 34,889, and then it went down to 880 in like the last couple of hours, and I don't know why, because it's like you know, maybe they're not interested or something. I don't know. It's not an if, it's a will. And when you get there, remember me. Dude, I will remember all you guys. I still remember some of the first people that were here. There was a guy named Jacob Flores who was always commenting on my videos. I don't see him around anymore, so I was doing all right. Maybe he left a while ago or just became disinterested. I don't know. Always left very insightful comments. I loved hearing him talk. I had always good discussions with him. Another guy's name was Travis. He was always around. He was here very early on, like around 1,500 subscribers or something like that. And I still remember him to this day. I feel like this channel, for the most part, is case reviews in people's eyes, since you do some amazing reviews on that. Well, thank you. I spend a lot of time on all the reviews. I feel like I'm mostly cases and coolers. And I love working with cases and coolers, but I definitely love to work with some internal stuff like motherboards and GPUs and CPUs, because that's something that's very interesting in my opinion. Cases are just very aesthetic, appealing pieces, so it's easy to make the review look really good. It's just making sure the content is up to par with how it looks. Also should do some more vlog style videos. I like of like cleaning your PC and setup and stuff. Paul's Hardware does the garage vlog. Yeah, I love Paul's Hardware garage vlogs and see him clean out the stuff. I don't know why. It's just like simple, but I love seeing someone organize something. It's just so satisfying. I want to do YouTube because I love to entertain people, but tech YouTube is overflooded. I mean, it can be and it can't. I mean, every single, niche is like overflooded, right? So you just have to find something that you're really passionate about. Are you passionate about budget-oriented, computer hardware or experimentation with computer hardware, or just doing there's so many products that I get emails all the time, every single day, and it's impossible to keep up with the amount of tech that gets pushed out to the market. So there can never really be enough reviewers, in my opinion. Why are there only 10 people watching but they're not chatting? Come on, guys. I feel like there's 10 people chatting. Maybe they're just chilling, just watching. I've seen channels with 100K subs but hardly any views. I don't get that. Well, what happens is like YouTube stops pushing their content, right? So like you can be subscribed to certain channels, but they won't push your content if you're not getting the watch time that YouTube wants and favors, and they won't push you to recommending. They won't push you to your subscribers, and you'll just lose views, or people become disinterested with the channel and it dies altogether. It's something that scares me every single day. Don't get me wrong, but if you start producing low quality content and it keeps degrading, people will leave. They'll become disinterested. If you're coming up with new or different types of videos that don't really match your channel, like random, I don't know, if let's say I did a review on makeup, that would happen. Yeah, just do your own thing and everything works out. Try talking to Linus or something and make it like a video. Oh, he would not have the time of day for me. He is so busy. I'm busy as it is. I can only imagine how busy he is. And he's probably never heard of me. He's all the way up in Canada. I don't think anything would like that would ever happen. I do respect all the tech YouTubers and their personal opinions and stuff like that, though. How long did you have this channel for? I made this channel in 2010. Originally, it was like a gaming channel. Never went anywhere. Stopped uploading. I tried doing tutorials. That stopped. I stopped that. Hacks and tricks. Stopped that. I failed this channel probably 3 times before it actually started doing something. Oh yeah, that bloody vlog you made when you attended that event was really good. Oh, I'm glad you guys liked that. The E3 vlog. That was a lot of fun, and I love making vlogs that are like partly cinematic, really fast paced, funny, and just blend a good amount of emotions and just balance that tone pretty well. Kind of like filmmaking, but it's nowhere close to filmmaking in a professional sense. Yeah, watching him organize his garage for some reason is very pleasing. It is very pleasing. Like before I go to bed, I want to watch Paul organize his garage because it's soothing. You could do a video cleaning your tech shelf you have. Yeah. The problem is it's as clean as it can get right now because I'm out of room. Maybe I can do something else. Another thing a lot of people do is advertising in the wrong places that gets people to subscribe. No, excuse me. To subscribe and oh my gosh, I ingested too much air. And watch like 2 videos and they just forget about your channel, which gives you numbers but no results exactly. So what people do is they'll make like one-hit wonders, right? If you start, like I've seen channels that come up a lot on like mining, like GPU mining and stuff like that, and then GPU mining dies out and they'll mix in gaming and they'll mix in PC hardware and stuff like that, and people kind of get lost in the way because they subscribe for mining or they subscribe for this, and they just kind of lose translation. They're not there for that. If you make too much variety, it hurts you in the long run because it's like, well, you made too much variety. I subscribe for this, but I don't really care because you're making this now, and that's what you've been doing for a while. Like for instance, I noticed some YouTubers that will make like a lot of videos that are the same, and people lose interest and the views will start losing. So you want to create enough variety within the same subject to keep your viewers interested, but not so much of a variety that it's going to lose their interest that they subscribed for one thing and didn't come for the other, you know? So that's the thing. You'll never die down. You have us. Yeah, man, if I have you guys like building this community, you know, that's important, and I feel like is essential when growing a channel, and you guys are growing right along with me. Do you have another job outside of YouTube? Have you tried talking to Bitwit or Paul's Hardware? I do have another job outside of YouTube. I've answered it a couple times, but I don't mind answering it again. I serve tables one day out of the week. I do some media solutions. I make websites for people. And I have not tried talking to Bitwit or Paul's Hardware just because I don't think I'm at a size nor scale. And frankly, they're all the way across the other side of the country, so it'd be really hard to even coordinate something, even if they had the day or time or even responded to my email. You know, that's really hard to do. I don't think I hate any tech YouTubers. I just really dislike the style they make their videos in, like UFD Tech. His content is bad at all, super top notch. Is bad. His content is bad at all, super top notch, but the way the info is given is meh. Yeah, so people can provide information in certain ways that isn't, you know, it can be really, there are certain tech YouTubers that I know are very attention grabbing, if I should say, very clickbaity, right? And I'm just I don't like clickbaiting people. Don't get me wrong, I like bringing people in on certain incentives and hooking them in, but some people will straight up just go off of such loose threads that they make a whole entire video about it, and it has no substance to it, and people get mad at it. Wait, for the next big game and be the first YouTube to make videos about it. Wait for the next big game and be the first YouTuber to make videos about it. Yeah, exactly. If you jumped on the Fortnite train early on, you were set for success, right? You could talk to Greg from Science Studio. He has a big following, but not huge. You could do a water cooling collab. Yeah, that would be cool. He actually lives in Florida, so he's not too far from me. I like Greg. Some people don't like him. Some people just think he's too arrogant or whatever. But I think he's like, if you watch his live streams, he's a down to earth guy in my opinion. Greg is a great guy. I play with him every week. Yeah, I like Greg. I feel that way like towards Jay's 2 cents to me. He seems too Hollywood sometimes. You can get that way. I mean, I'm not trying to diss anyone or anything, but there can be a disconnect between the audience and him, but that's just the kind of content he makes, and that's perfectly fine. I mean, I don't watch every single video he makes, but there's just some. I really liked his informational videos back in the day, but you can only make so many informational videos, to be honest, you know. He has gotten really mad at some people before, which is fine, you know. I understand, but like, you know, YouTube is a place where you just have to ignore that and sometimes answer it. I don't know. It depends on what you're looking for and the type of content they deliver, I guess. So I started watching Greg at like 15K subs. Now he's becoming, yeah, he's definitely getting up there. He's gonna be at 400,000 soon. So I meant to say UFD's content is top notch and it looks super pro, but he has a Linus feel, but just not there. Oh, gotcha. I think I know your channel is missing a ton of extra energy. Like Linus, he is always smiling and energetic. That is why I like him as a YouTuber. Yeah, he's like super, you know, and it's hard for me to be like that because I'm just like super mellow or super chill, I guess, because I'm just like, yeah, this is this and this is that, you know. I'm not gonna try to be like, oh, and check this out. This is a full-fledged phone with a battery case. You heard it here first, folks. A battery, you know. It's just like, I get it. I'll incorporate more energy into some of my videos, but I'm starting to do that with the intros and the outros just to get people really locked in. But then again, people watch Gamers Nexus all the way throughout, and he is 100% not like Linus, almost the exact opposite. So, you know, it can work either way. Some videos hit home for me, and others feel like he's just trying to upload. Yeah, that can be true. Do you know Matt Schaefer? I think I do. What was his channel name again? Greg is definitely arrogant, but that's why it's great to argue with him about things to get different points of views. Well, I mean, he could be stubborn-headed or hard-headed in some areas, but I mean, who isn't? But I'm not going to argue with the fact. Oh yeah, that's nice. I live between you and Greg. I wonder if there's any other tech tubers that live in Georgia. Actually, Oz from Oz Talks Hardware lives in Georgia. I think the only tech tuber I hate is Ed from TechSource. After all that Twitter, Reddit drama, and fake giveaway, I was done with him. Yeah, I could understand that. I think he's gotten better. There was a ton of drama though with him, and that looked really bad, and I didn't understand it whatsoever. You know, I understand acting professional and then, you know, being human, and, you know, I respond to some haters sometimes, but that wasn't really a hater situation. That was completely different. I subbed for Jesus Sense for his older information videos on overclocking and stuff like that. Now I just skip a good amount of his videos. Yeah, I can understand that. That's what I initially subscribed to as well. Jay gets really mad on Twitter too. Oh yeah, he gets fired up on Twitter. He gets really fired up. Do you know Joey Delgado? I do. He makes videos with an insane amount of viewership. It's crazy. He gets so many views. He has the algorithm in his hands. He does so well on YouTube. It's crazy. How is he doing this? He's so good. He's just like, new PC build, new PC build, new PC build, sell it, new PC build. Oh man. I don't like that. Please don't be like Linus. He clickbaits all his videos. Yeah, I stopped watching a lot of Linus's videos. I'll watch some of his experimental videos, but a lot of his videos are just not for me. They're more for the introductory level people, and they bring a lot of people into the PC hardware industry, and just tech altogether. And it's smart in a business stance because the clickbait brings in the views. He gets to watch time from his energetic behavior, and you know, like I said earlier, that's what really makes the videos grow, is doing these wild videos, these crazy what ifs and question marks that really do pose a question in people's heads. So yeah, can't wait for you to hit 400k, JD. Neither can I, man. I'm excited. I'm at 34. It's gotten pretty slow the last couple of months, just because the YouTube algorithm is changing, and I have to change some of my content along with it to keep up with it. So I mean, it's not going to change too much, but I have to keep changing my content to match the algorithm. Let's see. Linus started. Where is it? Wait. I don't mind giving an opinion on Twitter, but sometimes I feel like he doesn't think about the professionalism of his influence on other people. Yeah. I do agree with that. I mean, I'll be professional. Like, I won't swear off of people or just, you know, or say anything like that. I'll just tell them, like, why are you acting like ignorant? Why are you being stupid? Or just feeling like, why does this matter or whatever? Just trying to make them realize, like, does this really matter? You're getting mad over a YouTube video or something like that. And yeah, you know, that's the only time I really get into it. MS Tech, yes, I do MS Tech. No, MS Tech. I don't know him personally. I know of the channel. He changed his brand though. He changed it to business, which is fine, but that's gonna be really hard to do. If anything, he was like JD and then eased into it. Hey, who was like me? I unfollowed Jay on Twitter. Couldn't do all the political tweets he does. Yeah, that's true. And I don't know if any of you guys watch Boogie, but he's gotten super political, and I know he's just trying to please everyone. I love the guy, I really do, but like, I hate politics because it's opinions. No one wins in opinion matches. Seriously, doesn't. I really liked Ed's videos, but over time he seems to have moved away from the content he wanted to content that is sponsored almost all the time. It's kind of lame always hearing brought to you by. Oh yeah, I can understand that, and that's the thing I want to do, is like, maybe I'll have once I get into a larger, more you know, a better stance, I'll have like a sponsored video maybe once every week or something like that. You know, got to keep the bills going. I want to make sure it's content that people enjoy, and you know, and it goes along with what people like. So I think that's always good to go. Ed had very passionate videos. I feel like he's burnt out. I mean, that's just my opinion. That's just what I've seen from his videos. Some other videos, he seems like really hyped up for it, but I don't know. I just don't feel the fire. I felt a lot of the fire before he hit 1 million, and then 1 million, he just kind of changed a little bit. I mean, you know, for the better or worse. I'm not gonna judge him for anything, but you know, I just found Joey Delgado. I love his vids. Yeah, his videos are great. He does very well. I wish I could do as well as him. Joey doesn't post much either. He doesn't have to, because he gets so many freaking views. He has insane viewership, and YouTube keeps pushing his videos out. I don't know how long it takes to make his videos, but I'll put, 20, 30 hours into each one of these videos, sometimes months into these videos, and, I'll get like under 1,000 views, and it's a lot of work, guys. I'll just stop right there. I watch Linus all the time for the personality and less for the content itself, which says a lot. Oh man, that's funny. I felt like when you have more energy and excitement, it causes a person's brain to believe that the video is fun and makes you want to watch it more. No, I completely agree with that. I do. Who am I subscribed to? Oh man, I'm subscribed to a lot of people. You see this? I'm subscribed to like 200 people right here. The people I watch the most is like the tech channels. I probably watch Gamers Nexus and Hardware Unboxed the most, and then I'll watch Screen Junkies and a whole bunch of other subscribers, and Jeremy Johns, and oh man, just Chris Stuckman, and just a bunch of other guys I subscribe to. Alpha M, great guy. I have small annoying bugs within the most recent Windows 10 updates that I can't seem to resolve. Have you experienced anything like this with your Windows 10? If so, what bug are you experiencing? I personally haven't. I have before, but now I've been okay. It really depends. Sometimes it just messes with the firmware with that you have on, like with the components that you're using, and it kind of sucks. Joey really likes blue. I mean, his banner is blue. His profile is just straight blue. Yeah, he's got that blue grade going. Hello, what's going on, man? Ethan, what's going on? He changed to busy and stopped uploading, and then I unfollowed. I wish he was still tech and setups. Oh yeah. Yeah, he did a lot of setup stuff, a lot of tech stuff, and I really loved watching his content before 1 million, and then it really changed. Everyone has different preferences, but for me, I really liked TechSource back in the day. Not so much in the day, just before 1 million subscribers was really cool. Boogie is the type of man I watch every now and then. I don't watch for a while. I can hate the big guy. I mean, Slim Man. Yeah, he's getting super slim. Some YouTubers are good people, but their YouTube channels are a little too much for me. Yeah, they can be a little too political for me. I don't really like following political channels at all. I don't like when people get political, because it's like there's no reason to get political. Business, not busy. Sorry, I'm tired. No worry. I miss Matt from Hardware Unbox. Matt from Hardware. I don't think I was there for that. I'm only subscribed to tech channels. I'm mostly subscribed to tech channels, and also film. I'll admit, I love film. It's the Joey Delgado blue theme. TechSource was on the path to ultimate success when he did setup reviews. It was amazing. Yeah. The whole entire setup wars is ingenious. Absolutely ingenious. I believe old hardware like the i7 870 or i7 2600K are still great CPUs and can still beat a Intel Pentium. Absolutely. In my testing, I've found the same. Absolutely. Yeah. So even TechBank knows, right? The 2600K, i7 870, I mean, they actually still go for quite the price, but they are fantastic CPUs to this day, especially for gaming. Who's Boogie? Boogie is he used to do mostly gaming, but now he kind of just does a little bit of everything. he was known for his radio-like voice, and he was huge. He was like 600 pounds, but now he's lost like 280 pounds, and now he's closing in on like 300. It's crazy. I found that I love tech tubers from like 15K to 800K, and then they just only ever do sponsored videos. It's annoying. Matt started the channel. He used to do the unboxing videos in their channels. Oh yeah, that was way long ago. That was years ago. I watched some of those videos. I didn't subscribe till later on. I think this was before I started the YouTube channel. I subscribed to Hardware Unbox, or this was very early beginning stage of my YouTube channel. I subscribed to Hardware Unbox for a giveaway, and I just stuck around because, you know, I don't subscribe for the sake of subscribing. I'm just like, you know, whatever. Sponsor. I mean, people have to make payments and stuff like that, and you know, you can do other ways from sponsored videos. I mean, Patreon is one of those things that I'm hoping takes off the ground so that I don't have to do as many sponsored videos as other people. Like Gamers Nexus, they're sponsored. They don't do sponsored videos. They'll do ad spots, but not full-on sponsored videos. So that's the difference. LTT is black and yellow. Do you have any color preferences? I really don't. I really love the soft blue and green and the orange and faded coral. I love these colors. I don't really have a specific color, but I do love this color, like these kind of colors, the blues and the greens. Had like 5K subs. Wow, that was long ago. Steve is the benchmarking master. Dude, Steve, I don't know how he does it. The only YouTubers I watch without hesitation that is over 100K is Tech Yes City and Random Gaming HD, because they bring awesome content that is catchy to my... Yeah, I love both those guys. Especially love Brian. He is the deal daddy. LOL, TechSmart is the complete opposite of TechSmart. Who's TechSmart? Chris Tech Tips. What's going on, man? Woo, I just woke up. Morning. Dude, it's like 2:23 a.m. for me. Good morning. What is TechSmart? I think I've heard the name. I mean, I don't want to like blast anyone. Okay. I see the kind of theme we got going on over here. 2.9 million videos. Don't want to. Okay. The $470 Segway Hover Shoes Killer. The $1,800 Mystery HP Gaming Laptop. I'm feeling definitely a Linus vibe from these, you know, big, catchy, you know, thumbnails and questions. Could this be the last iPhone XS rumor? Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to make any judgments, but I can assume why some people might not have like a immediate feeling of information. I don't know. I like Rocket Jump Ninja. Oh yeah, Rocket Jump Ninja is super chill, super concise. Love his content. Heavily influenced by him, actually. I loved making, you know, I won't compete with his sensor review videos, but dang, does he make a concise review. TechSmart is like a younger version of Lou from Unbox Therapy, but it's 99% clickbait. Oh yeah. I mean, Lou's an okay guy. His videos are just not informative. I mean it's fine, they're entertaining, right? But he doesn't really provide any like content. Like I remember that he was doing a Western Digital sponsored video and he was explaining what the different uses were, and I was like, this is not 100% true, and we're just kind of going off of what's on the label and stuff like that. I'm not going to knock the guy, I'm not going to blast him, but I'm just saying I don't watch his content because I don't find it informative for me. That's all. Can you say chocolate rain in your deepest voice? Oh my god, that's so fun. All right, I'll try. Chocolate rain. Chocolate rain. I know that. Unbox Therapy used to be awesome. Again, I can't do them. Yeah, I mean, I can't either, so I don't completely blame you. It's incredible that the i7 2600K destroys the Pentium G5600. I mean, it's not that crazy. I mean, the 2600K has, you know, just overall better IPC. And, well, actually, I don't know if it has better IPC, but it has just way more horsepower in terms of threads. Yeah, way overboard. Wait, which one's way overboard? Random Frank P is good, but his last mouse review, I felt he stole a lot from Rocket Jump Ninja without giving him credit. Oh yeah. I can understand that. Other people watch other people's reviews and kind of like borrow their opinions from them. I mean, you can't really say they borrowed their opinions from whichever, but I have seen people do that. What I like to do is like I'll watch someone else's review to gain insight, and then I'll reconsider my opinions, and I'll mention like if Hardware Canucks pointed out something about a case that he didn't like, and I'll be like, oh yeah, also Dimitri from Hardware Canucks mentioned the same problem about being careful about bending the pins on the taking out the front panel on the Dark Base 700. Like I'll mention that, but other than that, like you shouldn't really borrow your opinions from other people. Lou has gotten to the point where you watch his videos for the basic gist and his personality. He's gotten to the point where he could sell a freaking napkin for millions. Yeah, he could. He definitely could. You know, he's got the multiple viewing angles. He's got, you know, the $1 million production quality, and, you know, that's pretty much it. LOL, thanks for the chocolate rain. I tried, man. The guy he just looked up way overboard. Yeah, I can feel a sense of way overboardness with that. Like the mouse clicking and his format was like stolen from Rocket Jump Ninja. Oh man, that's not good. I didn't see that video actually. The way I format my reviews for mice, I'm like, if the sensor is already reviewed by Rocket Jump Ninja, I'm just gonna refer him. I'll be like, just watch Rocket Jump Ninja's review of the sensor, so that you guys can come back to this video. He describes it in depth, concise, and we're gonna talk about the functionality, shape, and overall build quality of the mouse, so everything else. So yeah, that's what I like to do usually. The only reason I can't do Rocket Jump Ninja is because his audio is just okay when it should be JD level. Yeah, some people just have a format and they stick to it, and you know, they can upgrade down the road. Some people will suffer from not upgrading or changing their format, you know, and that it's always good to slowly change the format and slowly improve it and just keep trying to improve it. I've seen you mention other YouTubers. Yes, I do have a wide list of other YouTubers that I do watch. Go to user benchmarks and do i7 2600K versus Pentium G50. Oh, I totally believe it. Like the two processors are definitely very different in terms of performance. Yeah, but Rocket Jump Ninja does mouse and keyboard and are the best. So good. I don't think anyone else does it like him. Yeah, he does really solid reviews. I try to make really solid keyboard reviews. Like sometimes I go a little too in depth and I'll make a 12-minute video over a keyboard and like, oh my god. Like, you know, Brain Bean is another really good YouTuber that makes fantastic keyboard reviews if you guys don't know him. Really good. Which video did I do? The B975. This is one of my favorite. That wasn't really, it was kind of a review, but not really. Let's see, where's my personal best review is probably this one. 8 minutes and 32 seconds, the B820 keyboard. That was one of my favorites. I've always stuck to my roots of audio is significantly more important than quality. Absolutely. Yeah, people always want the audio. If they can't understand what I'm saying, then it's pointless and just show them B-roll. Yeah, pretty much. I found Brain Bean like last week. He did good. Yeah, he also does chair reviews. Yeah, he does a lot of chair reviews. I can't do that many chair reviews because they're all too much of the same. I'm just like, I can't. Look, I love free chairs, but I'm only going to pick stuff that actually makes a difference. Hence why I made this review over here, because it was actually something that is built from the ground up, something that actually makes a difference and is not the mainstream chair, because I'd be reviewing the same thing over and over and over again unless I was doing a roundup or something like that, and I just can't. I don't have the time for it. You nail reviews. Well, thank you, Mr. Clive. I try to nail the reviews as hard as I can, like just making it concise, informative, and hopefully entertaining. I try to make it entertaining. Would you prefer having a 60 hertz monitor when 44 hertz at 60 FPS? I I rather have the 144 hertz at 60 FPS just because I know I can upgrade the GPU later on and get the frames that I want without upgrading my monitor. So when is series of reviews of small channels coming out? I don't know. I don't think I'm big enough yet to be doing that. Otherwise, I'd be slamming you up, Tech Crimson. Be slamming a lot of other people up, you know. I know Greg is going to do something like that, but I just don't have the size just yet to be recommending other channels. I can in the live streams, but I don't know if I can make a dedicated video to it solely. Just because I know, like, we only have 239 views on this BioStar review, like, you know. So can you do long-term sit stand desk review, like if it gets annoying or stuff? I'm actually kind of working on that right now. I think I'm going to do another flexi spot. I'm going to do a full review of that desk because dude, I love it. Standing at the desk, you need some sort of standing mat for sure. Like long-term sitting in this chair though, I'm so comfortable right now. Like, I would have been way more uncomfortable in any other chair right now. It would have been insane. Who cares about views? I just want to hear your voice talking about me. Well, I'm doing it right now. And no, I don't really care about views that much, but I want to make sure I'm optimizing my channel for the algorithm. You're the best. You make videos I want without me even asking. Really? Like, what kind of videos? I'm curious. Do you have any extra PC parts around your house? Well, I do in like my studio for all sorts of testing and stuff like that. I wouldn't really call them extra, just because everything gets used. Even keyboards, like leftover keyboards, I just pull one out when I have to like set up a new rig or test a different component or something like that. But yeah, I mean, in terms of extra, besides my one PC, I have quite a bit. But you know, it kind of changes between here and there if I have like what's in use and what's not in use, pretty much. So that's always something. If you have extra parts, can we send it to you? Oh yeah, if you guys want to send extra parts, you guys can send it to me. Could do like a viewer unboxing, right? So like I'll do like unboxings of just like what the viewers sent and something like that. That would be pretty cool. We want you to grow. Thanks, man. I want to grow too, and I appreciate the support for wanting me to grow. It's hard, man, because like look, 34,880, and a couple hours ago I was at 388, and what are we at now? We're still at 80. Okay, fine, I subbed the Tech Crimson. Can I give you one challenge? Only say yes if you will try it. That's a very dangerous challenge, trust me. Do you have a P.O. box? Not yet. I want to set one up. They kind of get expensive with the larger size one. It's like gets up to like $50 a month or something like that, or $20 a month, and I'm like, oh man. But I'm gonna set one up soon, and then I'm gonna start putting the P.O. box down in the description below in the videos if people want to send things, and we can do like unboxing videos. How do your parents feel about your YouTube channel? That's a great question, actually. At first they kind of discounted it, but they've actually seen something like really become of it, like me going to E3, having that entire trip paid for and stuff like that. That was really something that really set something in motion for me. That was like, wow, this can actually be a legitimate business. And they see that I make some money from it, not entirely. They're supportive of what I do. They just want to see me to be able to be financially, independent, which is what I'm working on right now with this channel. I like planning out videos, but sometimes just making videos that come to mind feels amazing and it gets me going. Absolutely. If you just have like something on the top of your head and you're like, I just got to make a video about this. I do that. I literally do that sometimes. I'm proud enough that their son is Batman. Good content. Yeah, Tech Crimson does have good content. He is taking from me. No, I'm just kidding. But he's constantly trying to improve, doing good work. Are my challenges that bad? No, that's not bad. I'm just saying it's difficult. and like saying yes can get dangerous pretty fast. If you ever need help, I'm here. I love your channel. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I want to get to the point where I can like, I have a couple people that I do want to hire for the channel just to ease things up, but it's not like I can like really afford it, because like, you know, I'll have to drop like $500 on a GPU just to be able to have it as a comparison for a review of another video, you know. So it's just like, oh man, you know, it just gets really expensive really quick. So whenever I want to upgrade like camera equipment or anything like that, it's like, well, you could just buy another point of comparison for one of your videos, or that SSD that you really need. He's taking from me, rolling the floor. I would work for you for free. I'll volunteer for free. Oh, guys, you guys are so nice. Seriously. Oh man, it gets really tough. Like, the people I have to work with will have to be like right next to me, so I'll have to have my own studio before I do anything. I thought you were gonna end the stream in 2 minutes. I thought so too, but I just keep going. I noticed you want to grow more because you just got a Discord. You started posting more on Instagram. Absolutely, I love posting on Instagram. I love posting some extra videos and just bonus content for people to make people feel like they came to this platform. They're gonna get something unique on that platform and not just there to promote my content. So there has to be value in every step that I take. So I want to provide everything that I can for everyone that goes the extra mile or goes the extra step beyond just subscribing and potentially watching an occasional video. I would work for voice recordings of you saying different things. I'll give you an easy challenge. Build a desktop with only one hand. All right, I'll make a video building a desktop with only one hand. Oh gosh. Oh, that would be really difficult, but fine, we'll do it. We'll do it. Make sure you comment on my next video, Gabriel, and remind me to do that, just so I don't forget. If you buy stuff, I'll send it and let you review it, and then you can send it to me. Wow, that is very nice. Well, thank you. I will definitely consider that. A lot of people are actually pretty willing to send me their stuff to review, and I'm always happy to do that, so I don't have to like lay down the money. The only problem is like people want to see, like, GPUs are really hard because there will be new drivers that completely change the performance of a GPU or a Windows update, and people want to see that, and then it's like, you know, just having it on hand and being able to make that comparison again and again and again and again, being able to update that information is really important. So where can one go to have JDTechGear wait on their table? It's a place called Mangiamo's on Hilton Head. But I don't know how much longer I'll be working there for. Hopefully not too much longer. I mean, I like working there. I like the people that I work with on Friday nights. Really cool people. Yeah. I don't know what I was going to say after that. But yeah, waiting on those tables. He's a pathological liar. Wait, which one is a pathological liar? Oh, me. Please keep going. I will try. I think I'm upgraded to the 9900K. If I'll do, I'll let you review it. You know what's funny? I would actually consider just buying it flat out because I really want one for like the main production and to see where it would go. But I mean, I don't know. We'll see. But to get that initial review off the bat, maybe I might actually contact you for that. Well, I guess I'm back. Well, what's going on, Drake? Stop with the bad challenges. The one hand is actually kind of funny. Yes, I love you, man. Thank you so much. Hey, man, I'm trying. No problem. I can do one thing really well with one hand. Oh, should we all? I will. Thank you so much. I'm excited to watch. You accepted the challenge. Yes, that's a great challenge. I think it'll actually do pretty well on the channel. Bring some unique viewership. So we'll see. And unique variety to the channel. Yeah, it would be very hard. So, JD, you single? I am actually not single. I'm in a nice relationship and potentially working on marriage. Do they know you have a YouTube channel at the restaurant? They do. Everyone knows about my YouTube channel at the restaurant. It's actually kind of funny. No one is interested in computer hardware though, except for one guy, John. He's into PC gaming a lot. He doesn't have a PC, like a gaming PC. He just has like a PS4, but he's totally into PC gaming. He knows it's like better than anything else, but that's about it. That's the extent of it. I like the one-handed challenge too. Yeah, me too. I love a man with money, even if it means being gay. I know, right? It's always nice having that money, right? Always nice having the money to take care of you. Oh my gosh, it's almost 3 a.m., guys. I probably have to head off now because I am needing to go to bed, and I have to be awake tomorrow for a potential evacuation because we don't know where this hurricane's going, you know. Guess we know the next video. Giving John a PC. Yeah, we'll give John a PC. That would be interesting. Well, if the 900K gets to 4.7 near 5 with those 8 cores and 16 threads, then it would be nice. It would be a nice comparison to Ryzen 7. Absolutely. Message me on Discord before the video comes out so I can comment first. Hey, remember, you gotta remind me of that. Hey, man, thank you for the love, Matthew. I love all you guys. Seriously, much love to all of you. I think just by helping John build a PC would make a great video. I gotta get my girlfriend to build a video too. Lit reviews is a gold digger. Good night, guys. Do you think you could build a PC with your feet? No, I can't. I'm clumsy enough as it is walking. 2:42 a.m. Yeah, man, I feel you. Sin of Wrath Discord, add me. Don't go. I know, man. I'm just like, I'm dying over here. I'm so tired. Get all your stuff. Don't let them get wet. Exactly. If it does get bad, I will pack it into the car, and I'll try to fit my studio. That'll make an interesting vlog. How to fit a studio in a Hyundai Sonata. All right, guys. It's been real. I appreciate any of the support that you have, any of the Patreon support from like Rufus Dog and some of the other guys, and I saw that a lot of people got into the Senor shirts, so I was happy with that. I'm glad you guys like the Senor shirts. But I'll catch you guys later. Thank you for being here. I'll see you guys next time.